Okay, I'm ready.
You
okay.
ready to go?
Yeah, okay, I'm ready.
What's up, Delicate? What's going on? Happy Monday. Why am I happy? I don't even know. It's eclipse. We're in it.
Yeah.
The eclipse is afoot.
I think you're happy because of the way that the eclipse is affecting you.
I think it's that El Sayed guy.
Yeah.
I think he's making me happy.
Well, is that his name? Do you have his name right? Because it seems like you're guessing. You're still practicing Mamdani. Zohran Mamdani, as the mayor of New York, has become
Abdul El Sayed.
Okay, Abdul El Sayed. Yeah, we're rooting for you. Did you see how Mamdani has become like this folk hero, where people will
I love it.
People will make videos.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's got some staff members who like scroll social media and look at and look out for people who are like tagging Mamdani and like pointing out potholes and shit and being like, Mamdani, fix this. And the next day it'll be straight up fucking fixed.
Yeah.
So they go back and they're like, update y'all, he fixed it. So now he's turned into this folk hero where people are making videos about how.
You know what's so fucking smart about that is because if one person tags him, about a pothole, it's pissing off a lot of people.
Yeah.
It just is. Like anybody who has lived with potholes knows this. It becomes a thing we talk about in the neighborhood.
Yeah, and in northeastern cities, it's a fucking constant problem because they don't make concrete for that that region. Anyway, so people are like, they're like praying to Mamdani. Like I saw this one video; it was hilarious. Yeah. This guy was like,
but like the way you would pray to like Zeus.
Yes, exactly. He's like, please make this bus come. I'm waiting for this bus, and I'm hoping it carries me home by the power of Almighty Mamdani, please. And the bus showed up. Of course, the bus was gonna show up, but it's just really funny. There was another guy who made a video about how it was really hot and he was waiting for the train and he collapsed and he passed out. And when he came to, a person behind him was holding him up, to keep him from falling. Yeah. And he turned around and it was Mamdani.
He was like, "Whew, that was a close one."
And obviously, and he snapped his fingers and gave him like an ice cold Gatorade or something.
Blue Gatorade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is it's like the best kind.
And then he
it's just adorable.
Yeah, and then he like blinked twice or something and disappeared or whatever it was.
Yeah. I love it. Good for him. I hope he's mayor forever.
We'll see what happens with this guy, Abdul El Sayed. Mm-hmm. But
and you're comparing them both because they're out and proud Muslims, or you're comparing them because they're both out and proud Muslim politicians?
Say. Yeah, just as politicians. Mm-hmm. I think that they have two things going for them. The first thing they have going for them is that they have an incredibly powerful message that is resonating at the deepest level that I've ever seen politicians resonate with constituents, with voters. And then the second thing he has going for him is that his name is Abdul El Sayed. And the reason I think that he's got that going for him is because it creates attention, like straight up attention. And if he has integrity, if he is everything he speaks about, right, then he will get immense attention for it. He will drive utterly crazy those who hate him, in particular the racists, right, and the bigots. Mm-hmm. I just think that, that's really why I get excited about it, because I think it's like he's got like this perfect situation. If he can actually deliver in the same way that, Mamdani has, then this guy could just constitute like the way people think about certainly Arab Americans, right?
It should be like, how do I say this? It should be like, we should all remember that the weird, like, it's so weird that Americans have been like on the, like, opposing Arab Americans or Arabs in general. This is a very new development. This is literally like, this propaganda only was foisted on the American people since 9/11, or like maybe right before. But I don't really remember a bunch of, like, it was really just like the most like weirdo Christian, like the evangelicals that were ever like scaremongering Muslims. Like when I was growing up, I had a Muslim girlfriend at school, and like it was never. I don't remember it ever being a thing. It was only really September 11th really completely distorted Americans' view. It like was really, really effective propaganda campaign to make Americans feel like suddenly this other that you can easily identify is like scary and bad. It's a very new thing. So I feel like it's really easy for us to just shrug right off because it's meaningless, you know?
Right. Yeah. Well, it's just an exciting thing. And you can say that, but at the same time, what's bringing him a lot of attention is the fact that he is an Arab American. And so he's getting a lot of attention because of that. And I think that that's only good because, you know, I just found out he's an epidemiologist as well. Did you know that?
That's dope.
Yeah. So imagine, right? Like,
have you seen his ad campaign?
No.
There was like an ad that
I just saw him get out of a truck and I was like, what?
Oh, because he's ripped?
He's ripped.
I know.
This dude is like, he's
buff.
like giantly handsome.
I know, it's awesome.
And he's like all calm and strong. He's
Yeah.
like everything I've ever wanted to be and then was too scrawny to
I know.
achieve.
We're bringing charismatic Democratic politicians back, baby. You know, like we've got John Ossoff and the senator in Georgia.
Yeah.
Who's like a smoke show.
Yeah.
This guy
sports a thin waist belt.
Yeah, this guy Al Sayed gets out of a truck and you're like, damn.
Guy's like
He wears like tight t-shirts around his
yeah, I don't think they make them any other way. I don't think they make loose t-shirts for a guy like him. Anyway, he's just so impressive.
Well, that's awesome. I asked if he saw his campaign ad because of course he's got like the best people working on them.
Yeah.
It's one of those campaign ads where you feel all fired up by the time and you're like, wow, obviously, you know, it's like propaganda techniques, you know.
He's so smart, man.
Like marketing techniques, you know, that like, but they work. Anyway, they have a speech that he gave as valedictorian when he was much younger, high school or college, I don't know.
Yeah.
But he's always been a high achiever, you know.
Yeah, Bill Clinton said of that speech, I think the one you're talking about, or was that his college speech? Did you say?
I don't know how old he was, but he was younger.
Yeah. He did this speech that Bill Clinton
talked about
attended.
It? Oh, really?
Yeah. And that Bill Clinton, like, I saw a quote where he said, like, Clinton said something like he just wished that that the world, like the whole world could have heard the speech that he gave that day.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. This guy's very, very interesting. No Two Trolls is with us. So good to see you. How are you?
That's
I hope
great.
things are awesome for you. And what's up? I told you Delicate is with us. Mm-hmm. And is anyone else here? I don't think so.
It's just us.
I'll have to edit that out. So anyway, how was your weekend? Did you have a good weekend?
No, it wasn't bad. It was just busy. I'm like doing way more things than I used to doing. I have to write a fucking resume for like the first time in like, it feels like 20 years. And that's like, I don't have anything to show for myself.
Sitting on couch.
Yes, right.
Laying on couch.
Pretty much. That's my work experience. Yeah. So that's annoying. And of course I put it off for days and days and days.
Well, I was laying on couch.
Yep.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, I know. I'll make up some bullshit. You know.
Hey, we made movies and podcasts and
it's just weird because like
our little entertainment
I'm in my
company.
40s and like writing a resume where you're trying to like talk about your, you know, like I did cool shit when I was in my 20s. So I'll just bring that up as if it's more recent history, you know. Mm-hmm. Whatever. Did you have a nice weekend?
It was fine. Yeah, it wasn't like I didn't have like oh wow, just what a great weekend. You know, I didn't have one of those. Mm-hmm. No. You know what I like is that there haven't been any storms that have been deadly around us, but we've been getting like really good, like entertaining storms.
Yes, it's supposed to. We're
like
expecting
high thunder.
Imminently is the U.S. is going to get very, very different weather because of the super El Nino.
Yeah,
Apparently, it's a
thing.
It's like a more El Nino than the typical El Nino. Anyway, it's supposed to get a lot more stormy around our parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot more rain and thunderstorms.
So a little housekeeping, I guess, for lack of a better term, is I've been cutting, like I've cut the first 3 episodes of this that we've done, the new brand, but I've just been cutting it, and it's been kind of a pleasure. You're a pleasure to cut.
Well, you like me.
No, well, I do. It's true, but it's fun. We have fun. The chat is like always deeply involved, and we just have a good time. And I think it shows up in the, in the actual podcast.
Well, that's great. Let's try to make this one entertaining for you too.
Yeah. So and so this is a part of why I kind of like whatever happens as far as the growth of the lives is cool. I just love that we hang out with the ones that we do, and hopefully enough will come by for us to keep this party going. And I'm more focused on instead just producing like a decent podcast. So, for example, I feel like this is like admitting that we abuse the people who hang out with us live, but the last live or the live before that was 3 hours almost, and which was episode 2, so the second one. And I just released it, and it's almost an hour light of that.
Yeah.
Sorry for the hums and the haws.
Yeah, I feel like we've done a bad job of starting today. But we'll see what happens. No Two Trolls says, Angela, you should write "This is human written, no AI written, thank you" on my resume. I know. Yeah. Well, here's the thing is like I'm used to doing shit before AI ever existed, and I haven't really had any reason to start using AI, so I'm not going to start. Like I just have to like write my own resume like I used to, like I've done like 100 times already, But I was like, oh man, this task sucks, and I understand why people are like, what if I just had like a computer do it instead? But I won't. I think they're probably... I feel like anytime you ever write or submit anything like that, they just run it through an AI, like cheat scanner or something, don't they? I don't even know how it goes anymore. I feel like a fucking dinosaur. I don't like it when technology moves so fast that I don't even know how to describe it or talk about it because I haven't caught up. I feel like you have to take a fucking course now to understand even how to talk about AI. It's stupid.
Well, you're not going down the AI train, so you're not going to be kept up on it. I'm not kept up on it. I don't want to be.
Yeah, I know. Everyone's like, oh, you're going to be left behind. Leave me behind.
Yeah.
Where I'm like writing my own things and thinking my own thoughts. And
what's your specialty? Human.
Yeah, right.
My specialty is human.
I use my
human
brain.
Is specialty. Happiness in your life is here.
That's nice.
Good to see you. We have to get this on the books.
What's on the books?
Happiness in your life.
Oh, yeah, right.
I want to do that interview, man. I got to get that in the books.
I know.
We have a dog going into surgery tomorrow.
Tomorrow, she's having all of her teeth pulled.
A good number of them, at least.
Yeah, it's really fucking weird, man. It sucks. They're not like.
We got them filed down when we rescued her. They were barely there, and
we got them filed down. That makes it seem like you filed your dog's teeth down.
Well, I did. Yeah, I don't want teeth.
No, that's not what happened. We rescued a dog who was abandoned. She had been like locked in some sort of like building or something, and she evidently was trying to survive. She has like a bunch of scars down her back that look like she was trying to crawl underneath fences or something. So you could see like little scars on her spine. She's all fucked up. She's got like, scrapes and scars and shit. I like the dogs that are fucked up. Like I'd select the ones from the shelter that are like scrappy and like have parts missing. This is like my thing. I'm one of those stereotypical middle-aged white ladies that like has the fucked up dog, Yeah, but this one, she came to us with like her teeth were all fucking worn down. And I've just been putting off getting the surgery to have them removed.
Well, we waited until the vet said it's time to get the surgery what happened. I mean, there was no need to pull them out because she was eating things like carrots and everything else.
Yeah,
I don't think people need to hear all this. Our dog's going into surgery tomorrow because she has a dental problem. And but it was a kind of an out of nowhere situation. She got sick. She got, swollen snout and all that. So
I wish I was rich enough to get to get them replaced with like titanium teeth, know? Like they have like so that she could be like RoboCop, like RoboDog.
Yeah.
But I guess that costs like millions or something.
Well, if we're rich and if we ever get rich and she's still alive.
It's too late to plan for it now.
Two unlikely things.
She's going in tomorrow.
combined.
Why'd you bring it up?
Thank you for asking. I was saying we got to get it in the books with Happiness in Your Life a while back. And a lot of things have come up that have, once again, kind of slowed us down a little bit. House full of dogs. And one of them that, our own, that has to get surgery. So it's been a little busy, a little busier than usual. Mm-hmm. But I want to get that in the books. That's all. That's all I was saying.
Can I ask you about the story that you...
I don't trust... No Two Trolls does not trust AI.
Yeah.
Why who trusts AI is the scariest thing to me, that people trust AI at all. I fear people are using it for like really serious things, like, like special, like an important messages, like messages maybe where, like imagine if you have like a rift with somebody, a deep rift, and you're like, so you describe the rift to what? You describe the rift to ChatGPT, and then it goes, tell them this. And then you like tweak it. And then
this happens all the time.
Oh my God.
There was somebody who read their friend's obituary and it had the AI prompt still in it. Like their family had asked AI to write an obituary.
Yeah. And it had the prompt in it. Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? You guys.
It's the obituary.
It's just like, all of that is just kind of crushing. I don't know, man. I mean, is it really going to be like people are going to forget a time where people like treasured poetry and like memorized like, monologues from plays and stuff, and just like tried to do cool shit with words instead of like I recall it being like a huge aspiration where people are like, I'm going to try to write something really impactful. I want to see how well I can participate in this art form. And now people are like, I don't have time, nor do I care to do the difficult thing. So I'll just have AI write my family member's obituary. Oh my God.
Yeah, fuck AI. I hope it doesn't, look, it's not going to go anywhere. It's only going to become more and more prevalent in our lives. It's already something that we are forced to use at times when we don't even want to. We can't opt out of this shit. This shit is being, it's taking over, our lives. It's going to, I imagine it's all about herding up the sheep and collecting all the money and resources they can from it, and they're gonna in exchange give us things like advice from our collective self. It's so weird how they get to benefit from the complete and total thievery of our being, of our living, of our existence, like from the beginning. Like they charge us. They because they can get us with a device in our hands. They're creating the ads. I mean, it's just.
Yeah, and also like it should be noted that these are corporations that are doing this.
Of course, yeah.
These are like CEOs of tech companies, of corporations. This isn't something that like we're all paying for. Like it's not like your government and your tax dollars are making, like this is a thing that we all have to deal with because it's some sort of initiative from the government. Like no, these are literally just tech companies that don't fucking care about you. They're just trying to like weasel out extract everything that could possibly be valuable from you. I've said it before here, and I just always bears repeating, like, none of this would be happening. None of this, like, ubiquitous surveillance, all of this shit, like, with the flock cameras, like, watching everything you do and being able to track, like, personalize your tracking. It's not they're not just reading license plates. Like, they're actually finding people's patterns about when they go home, when they leave home, what they do, where they shop, everything. They're trying to make a big web. None of this would be possible if they didn't overturn Roe v. Wade, because Roe v. Wade was about privacy. The constitutional right to privacy has been overturned when Roe v. Wade was overturned.
Yeah, I mean, we brought this up a couple episodes ago.
It's like it's the only people who benefit from that are these corporations who are trying to surveil us. And then obviously they're going to work with the government who's trying to surveil us. But it's like
Roe v. Wade is gone. So, it is what it is. That's over.
But what I mean is, you say it is what it is, but I'm saying like if we try to like fight again to try and get the constitutional amendment that would have protected us and our right to privacy, then all this shit goes away, all of it. Then none of our data gets to get collected like this anymore, because it's all private information.
I don't think it's going to happen, but yeah, I know.
That's the fight. I'm going to run for president on privacy, and I'm going to win. Landslide.
Yes.
You'll see.
Maybe, whatever, what's that? One of the big security. McAfee will sponsor you. You can wear like McAfee patches.
Oh yeah, like a race car driver, like with all the all the corporate patches all over me. Yeah. That'll be another rule. Politicians have to wear their corporate patches like race car drivers.
As soon as I had to think of security, I couldn't think of anything, and so I went all the way back to the beginning of the internet.
Yeah. That's what I feel. I feel like a fucking dinosaur all the time, dude. I don't even know. Like, I feel like I'm off the internet for like one day, and I just don't know what's going on anymore. Everything moves so fast.
It was a busy day. It was a really, 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 really busy day. I mean, the last few days, but it's been busy out there. There's a lot of news floating around. But let's get to the stories promised, which is cows are smart. What is that? Isn't that?
You want to do that one first? I'm very curious because you know more about this Brad Pitt story. Brad Pitt was.
I don't know a lot about it. Yeah, we can do the Brad Pitt. Sure, we can start there. You want to? All right. You blew a great intro. But I'll roll with it.
Did I blow it?
Yeah, I had a good intro there.
Are you annoyed with me today?
No.
You seem a little annoyed.
No. You just blew my good intro.
Sorry.
But yeah, let's talk about.
Do you want to? I just didn't want. Do you want to talk about cows first? Like, who wants to? We usually do our science stuff later. Is what I'm saying. Is why. Do you want to do this? Whatever, man. Listen, it's your show, okay?
It's not.
It's the Dale Wheatley show. So let's just do what you want to do.
No, we're not. That's a good one. Like how you did that, but I see what you did there. But no, that's not how it is. Brad Pitt. I guess he did some big interview, a long interview, very exclusive interview. You know what I mean? It probably took him years to set up.
It's so weird too, because like nobody's asking. What's he promoting?
Carry him in on one of them things that they carry them in. Chariot. No, what are they? They put on your fucking.
What is that called?
Yeah, what is that?
I wouldn't even know how to search for it.
Shows you what we know. Anyway, Brad Pitt, he did an interview.
Uh-huh.
And some things are coming out on the interview. He's no longer sober. That came out.
Yes, well, people with
fell off the wagon.
Addiction disorders tend to relapse. Yeah.
Well, he hasn't relapsed.
He's not framing it that way, but that's also something that people with addiction disorders tend to do.
Yeah, he's saying that he's just sipping.
Uh-huh.
No, he's going to be more professional. He says. I don't think he understands how this works.
He'll find out.
I guess
he'll find out the easy way or the hard way, I guess.
So anyway, he's drinking again, but he's doing it the right way. Mm-hmm. Because he admits that for for whatever 20, 30 years there, he was doing it all wrong. But he's now figured it out. He has 20, 30 years of data to process.
Right.
Took 7 years he was sober 7 years, according to him. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying that's what he says.
Mm-hmm.
He also said that he felt suicidal after Angelina. And he...
Yes, I read this part too. He was very descriptive for maximum sympathy, right?
Maybe it really not. Feels like the guy's trying to get some
so
I know my kids hate me, but what about me and my feelings?
I know, so check this out.
It just feels a lot like that.
Listen, I'm not saying I'm
a cynical motherfucker and I get it.
I'm not saying that I know what's going on, but you know how we've been covering like with the whole Baldoni Lively thing, we've been covering a lot of these. I learned a lot about what publicists do. We saw all their text messages about how they work behind the scenes and how they plan shit.
Yeah.
And it's just really very interesting that this interview with Brad Pitt was recorded in June.
Okay.
And they're only releasing it now. And what else is happening is that Angelina Jolie has unveiled something titled Without Blood. It's a powerful film about healing after trauma. That story just dropped. And all of a sudden they're talking about the Brad Pitt interview he did in June.
It was on the shelf waiting.
I think that they held on to it deliberately to cover up. This is Angelina Jolie is making a film about healing after trauma. And obviously, there could be many different things she's talking about, right? Like she grieved her mother. She had some difficulty here, whatever. I'm not exactly sure, but
right.
But we do know that this issue with Brad Pitt happened. That must have been traumatizing. And so here he is his publicists are like, okay, well, let's cover up that.
See if I can get this picture in.
Let's try to
I
get
can.
some sympathy for Brad Pitt. It's like they're just like,
You can't see this because I don't have your monitor up, but can you guys see that guy? Can you see his face, you guys? Like I don't know where this picture comes from. Oh, it looks like it's from Esquire, but it looks like doesn't that look like a poor me face? Doesn't that look like a feel sorry for me face?
it's like, it's so predictable now. And you know how I've said this
Isn't
before?
it?
I noticed we don't have to get into the actual case, but around the time of the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case, I was like, it dawned on me. I was like, oh, these rich people, the only way that they can ever do warfare with each other is if they try to damage each other's reputation, right? It's always like try to cast the publicists too, like we saw in their text messages for Baldoni, where their whole scheme is like cast your client as the victim, no matter what, right? The client is the victim of some sort of horrible circumstance. Everybody should feel sorry for them. And maybe you don't directly, I mean, obviously Melissa Nathan and those publicists did cast Blake Lively as a villain, but that's why they got sued for defamation. But typically you'll cast your client as the victim, and then the presumption will be made that the reason why they're so sad or upset or they've lost something or other is because some villain has done some harm to them. And so here he is talking about how he was driven to a horrible self-harming state of depression after what happened with Angelina Jolie, casting her as the villain without coming right out and stating it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is all that celebrities ever do to each other. Meanwhile, Angelina Jolie's like not mentioning him in her press. Her publicist is like going to keep his name out their mouth because, she's trying to move on with her life and also tell stories. But he's meanwhile like, all the family stuff made me want to,
So one of the photos from what appears to be from the article is just him with such a poor puppy face.
Yeah, right.
Brad Pitt revealed that he felt suicidal while navigating family stuff 10 years ago. 10 years after, splitting from Angelina Jolie. He said he's never been suicidal except for one little period. And in that one little period, I just thought, I can't leave all this. No, he said, I just couldn't see a way out.
He couldn't see a way out. He's talking about his ideation.
Yeah.
But in this part,
I understand.
In this part, he says,
the pain was so oppressive that I wasn't going to act on this, but I could feel this cold steel of a bullet in my head, and it felt like relief, he added.
That's pretty heavy. It's also like, what are you doing? I don't know. I've heard you talk about your super dark pass through this type of depression.
I'm just it's so funny because he just said cold steel of a bullet, but it's like a fired bullet, which means it's super hot.
Are you editing? Are you editing his imagery?
I feel the cold steel
of
a bullet in my head.
Brad Pitt, actually, I have notes. It wouldn't actually be cold. I don't know if you...
cold. Do you know what I mean? Cold steel.
You're also 98.6 degrees anyway, and so I'm not really sure. Hilarious.
Am I shitty for making fun of this guy?
Yes.
Okay. I apologize.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I apologize.
But whatever. I mean, what is he doing? It's like, anyway, I was going to bring up this. He said,
it's very weird to put this in the public.
He said that he understood.
I did.
He understood what SI was like in the sense that it would feel like relief, is what he said. Brad Pitt says it's just looking for relief from the pain. But I also think that we have incredible survival instincts, and for me, that immediately kicked in, which is good. So he went to the precipice, and he looked over the edge and was like, and then he backed off, which is good. That's what we want people to talk about.
Yeah, he said after a brief pause, this shit ain't easy, and you're talking to a guy who won the lottery. Mm-hmm. He didn't win the lottery once. He got born with this face. He didn't do anything to get that face.
I think that's what he's talking about.
That's the first time he won the lottery.
Yeah,
dude.
no, I think
a lot of people are born beautiful.
I think he's talking about he won the lottery in life. Yeah.
But he just kept winning. Yeah, I'm just saying.
What he's not talking about is the part where he
so
lost.
many wins.
He does some losing too. Like, how do you fumble Angelina Jolie?
Because you win too much. You have to
I cannot imagine Yeah. I would probably go to a very dark place if I fumbled Angelina Jolie too, you know? Like,
Well, I think the way you fumble Angelina Jolie is you suddenly find out that she wants to have, you know, an absolute like barn full of children, and you're like, that was not on the list of things I wanted to do with my life. Or you think you are ready for something like that, and you get into a relationship, and then a couple of kids later, adoptions, whatever, you're like, this fucking sucks, man. I've lost my anonymity. I've lost my autonomy. I've lost my fucking agency. I'm fucking being dragged around everywhere I go.
I don't know.
And I only have a certain amount of time where I'm not being dragged around. You know, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's weird that you immediately went to like his problem was actually her problem.
What do you mean?
Well, like his problem obviously was his problem. But I don't, and I know that he signed up for a relationship with a woman with a bunch of kids already. And then they had more kids. And then he lost his shit. Like, I'm not sure that it has anything to do with her.
I'm just saying, I think he tricked himself. I'm not saying this. I'm saying that I'm certainly open to the possibility that Brad Pitt thought he was going to have this life. You know, oh, okay, most beautiful woman in the world. We have this fucking brood of fucking children, and we have a happy, happy life. And then all of a sudden he's in it, and it's nothing that he thought it could be.
Yeah, I know. I don't know that the quantity of children is really like a thing because
The what?
it's weird that you keep bringing Angelina and her children into this because I think that his fuck up is entirely his own. I think it's really, really common for men who are in their middle age
Yeah.
to have teenagers and be like opposed by their teenager, right? Like a lot of those kids, it's very, here's the thing, is like the family dynamic can be really Oedipal, right? Like we were just talking about this the other day, like the Oedipus complex of like, it's very common for people who don't grow up with a dad to have a stepdad come in and then feel like there's some sort of competitor for their mother's affection or the family unit being peaceful and how it was before. And all of a sudden there's this intruder coming in. And it's fine if you can integrate that and you can like make up for it and be like the coolest stepdad ever and actually be like a participant in their life. But if you're a drunken asshole, then you can expect that those kids are going to oppose you as the drunken asshole that you are. And I think that that was the pushback that he wasn't willing to deal with. So it made him worse into a worse drunken asshole. And that he suddenly lost it all. And that he feels really a sense of horrible despair because he lost the things that he liked of that relationship and not just the things he didn't like. Is pretty fucking predictable, you know? Like, what do you think is going to fucking happen? I mean, it's weird to talk about celebrity stories anyway, but like it's pretty plain that Brad Pitt couldn't fucking deal with the life that he had created, and he didn't handle the problem as if he was a fucking adult who has all of the resources in the fucking globe at his fingertips and could do absolutely anything to fix or change his problem. And instead he decided to be a fucking tyrannical asshole, you know? And I don't know, man. I just, it's kind of a bummer that, you know, he's still dueling headlines with her. Like, it's just stupid.
Well, why we're talking about it for me and why I find the whole thing not just entertaining but educational is because since covering the whole Baldoni nonsense, I got a deeper, a better skill. I'm more skilled at spotting, you know, like publicity and how they're doing it, what they want. Like now, every time I see something that's going out, I ask the question, how does this benefit them? How does this hide something? How does this, do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, so, you know, Brad Pitt coming out with, I was suicidal. Hey, you guys, you know, I know you think it's so good. It's not always so good. There was like a little tiny moment. You know what I mean? This guy's like, whatever, 62 years old. He's lived the complete life of dreams for most people. And he's like, you know, he's talking about this like single moment where everything wasn't perfect. He was suddenly like completely lost and didn't know how to find himself.
He terrorized children.
Yeah.
And that isn't the big awakening that
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're like, oh my God, I am a fucking horrible asshole. What kind of a monster am I? Like, I didn't know that part of me.
I didn't read the Esquire article. I don't know that I will. It's not, that much of an interest to me.
Right.
But what is interesting to me is that they're spinning these aspects of it out. These are the aspects they want you to know about. It's interesting to me.
I don't know. It's just really fucking, isn't it super common? Haven't you known a bunch of people like this where like their parents get divorced and like their dad goes and is like trying to constantly solicit like sympathy? And he's like, woe is me all the time.
Yeah.
But you as a kid, like were living in the house when he was being a fucking jerk.
Yeah.
So you're like if your life is a mess, dude, it's because you made it that way, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Clean
think
it up.
that's exactly the kind of arc that this guy's on. And he's drinking again now. It's like, come on, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I'm also interested, I guess I should say, I should also like sort of add that I'm also interested in like, I'm interested in the stories surrounding people who are reportedly, allegedly, whatever, shitty human beings. You know?
Okay.
I'm just interested in I'm interested in seeing what happens to them because I want them to fall.
I get this. This is like like being interested in forensic psychology.
Yeah.
You're like, what makes people lose their shit?
Yeah. Like Brad Pitt is of such a huge height, right? That he can be a complete shit of a father and still have one of the biggest movies of the year in his last film. So like the guy's this sort of in this untouchable space, right? He can't be
like Tom
budged.
Cruise too. Like people are very conveniently forget that he completely disowned his daughter because he's in a cult. And he has labeled his own child as like what's the label that Scientology puts on people that you can't talk to anymore?
What is it?
Suppressive person or something?
Suppressive person, yeah.
Some shit like that. Anyway, he had to fucking disown his own daughter because of his cult.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, what? He's like fun stunt guy. Fun.
The Buster Keaton of our time.
I know. It's this wonderful movie star. Really wants you to go back to the movies and eat lots of popcorn. Like he's such a cute like American icon.
In the meantime, like the guy
he's a fucking cult leader.
You know, he was. It's bad.
I know. Hey man, we contain multitudes, and so do these weirdo celebrities. Is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, indeed. What's going on in the chat?
I have other stories here that I was excited to bring to you.
I have more. I have so many. Oh God, I have so many more.
Oh God, there's so many. What else?
I also want to fan blinkers on.
Speaking of horrible people who are also happen to be fathers. Did you hear about what Mark Zuckerberg did?
Well, he didn't do it.
Or what he didn't do?
Well,
in the news?
Yes.
You did hear about this?
You're talking about his yacht.
Yes.
There's a distress.
No, let me tell you the story. This is from the article.
Okay, go ahead.
A small cruise ship operating in Southeast Alaska made an unexpected detour on Monday night because they went to go help a 21-foot skiff that ran out of fuel between Petersburg and Juneau.
Oh boy.
And you and I used to watch Deadliest Catch. It's like a super fun show.
Oh yeah.
And I learned from that show that if they get a distress signal from a boat nearby, everybody just drops everything. It's just like the code of the sea, you know? You drop everything, you forget what you're doing, you have to go and help a boat in distress. If they distress call, you have to go rescue, okay?
Yeah.
So that's what this cruise ship was doing. So they made an unexpected detour to help this skiff that ran out of fuel. Michael Love, who's a software developer from New York City, was a passenger aboard the cruise ship, and he described the event on social media. I don't know why that's relevant to the story, but you can just cut that out. He said, what got his attention the most wasn't the rescue itself. It was when the captain announced that the yacht of billionaire Facebook owner Mark Zuckerberg was closer to the boat in distress, and they hadn't answered the radio call for help. That they weren't even intending to. The yacht of Mark Zuckerberg allegedly refused repeated calls by U.S. Coast Guard looking for ships available to rescue a small boat with 2 women, a kid, and a dog on it. According to a user on Blue Sky who was on the cruise ship that performed the rescue, eventually, he's telling the story.
So I don't know to what extent Mark Zuckerberg has responded, but I did read that he said, I wasn't even on the boat. That's his response.
Yeah, that doesn't...
Not like, this is under review. Mm-hmm. I want to know why.
He's like, don't blame me, guys.
Instead, he's like deflecting it, yeah. It's like, hey, I was over here spying on you.
What the fuck is his boat doing not answering rescue calls then? It's not like he...
It's, I mean, because nobody was expecting Mark Zuckerberg to be like, what's that you say? Okay, 10-4, I'm on my way.
Captain Zuckerberg.
Captain Zuckerberg here, what can I tell you? What? Oh, okay, yeah, I'm on my way. Right away, sir. Okay, bye-bye.
A rescue mission.
A rescue mission? I was born for this.
Yeah, man. It's just, that's not an explanation. You know? Fuck.
No, it's ridiculous.
But it's just like a really a perfect a perfect picture of like, these fucking billionaires don't care about you.
They don't care about you.
They're not going to save you.
No.
Nobody needs to fangirl over the fucking billionaires.
You're a fucking fly on their counter.
They are sociopaths.
Yeah.
They don't care about the rest of us.
Not at all.
Anyway, I thought that was really fucking funny.
It's fucking hilarious, dude.
Whatever. What's the explanation then? Why didn't his boat go help? I mean, that seems like a big problem.
I don't know. What are you getting on me for? The explanation is, I hope, forthcoming, but Mark Zuckerberg was not on board, so it's not his fault, and you should know that. Uh-huh. He's not responsible for anything except for what he does directly. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He gets to collect everybody's money, but, you know, he maintains full autonomy, and he is shielded by...
Speaking of not responsible... And these fucking tech companies, did you see that they are now getting AI operators, like robot operators to man the 911 calls in New Orleans?
Really?
And I saw this, somebody retweeted this story.
Do they get to like, does the AI get to be like, nope, I don't believe you. Click.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody retweeted the story. First of all, it's like a really, really terrible idea because 911 operators do a lot more than just dispatch police cars.
No,
like
they
will
manage people's
Yes,
state.
exactly. They do so much guidance, so much assessing. If you are in an emergency situation and you can't speak to the 911 operator, they have a whole protocol that they follow in order to make sure that you can get the help that you need so that they speak to you and guide you through whatever it is.
Yeah, they're not going to just start giving you directions on CPR until they know that you yourself are breathing correctly and, you know, are able to go through with it.
Yeah, right. But also, like, have you heard of those stories about women who will call, men too will do this, where they'll call 911 and order a pizza in order to give them the address for the pizza delivery? But they're calling 911, and it's because they're being like held captive or they, you know, some horrible situation is going on. They can't talk. They can't call 911 like outwardly.
Can I get a large, I need help as soon as possible with extra fast on it?
Yeah. I know. Well, anyway, and fucking AI isn't going to be able to take those fucking calls properly. And also somebody, the person that retweeted this I saw was like, as long as I've been alive, the government has been trying to kill the city of New Orleans. Like, why are they testing
It started
this?
with the levee.
They're testing this in fucking New Orleans of all places. Like, that's not a coincidence, you guys.
It started with the levee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about Mark Zuckerberg and not heeding the call, an emergency call. And then I was talking about AI being used to answer emergency calls.
I don't know how you got me down that rabbit hole, but yeah, man.
It's weird times, man.
All of it's weird. Mark Zuckerberg, nice one. You want to hear something kind of cool?
Yes.
Antonio Banderas reflects on leaving Hollywood for Spain. And the quote in this headline is, you got to hear him say it, you know, in his head. But it's, I was not supposed to be in Malibu. You know? It's so interesting, though. Like, I love this because this is in People. But he's opening about returning to his hometown of Malago. The Mask of Zorro actor 65 sat down with People ahead of the debut of his new film, Tony. People keep bringing it up in the chat. I'm excited for Tony. I want to see it. I saw a headline.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is the Anthony Bourdain bio.
This is the Anthony Bourdain bio.
Okay.
And I saw somebody else like put a headline going somewhere like in Our Cooking or something, or like, everybody relax. Tony is a good movie.
Well, that's exactly what the marketing department would have everybody say.
Well, it worked. Okay. I'm a sucker. Okay.
Yeah.
Antonio. So anyway, he said that he learned so much about America from one woman, his now ex-wife Melanie Griffith. I fell in love with her, Banderas says, and since she had 2 children, he didn't bail on them, or did he? Doesn't matter. Where are we? I'm not going to go through this whole article. I'm sorry. Anyway, I just love the sentiment of it. I love the idea that because there's like Hollywood has this kind of, this ability to kind of almost trap people, And there's a lot to love about Hollywood and LA in general. It's a huge melting pot. There's just so much to love about it. But when you're somebody who comes from a home, like you and I are kind of not that way.
Oh yeah, we're like nomads.
We're kind of nomad, a little nomady.
Yeah.
But most people, or at least those who have come from a very strong home.
Right.
LA is horrible.
Yeah.
Like it couldn't be the first thing from warmth, comfort, love, food. It turns into this whole rat race that has got to be pretty fucking intimidating. And so anyway, whatever. I don't know. It hit me. It just hit me, man. The headline hit me. I was like, man, that's so cool. I love that he had the ability to turn it down too.
Yeah.
He didn't. He kind of disappeared though. He's always worked, but I think there was a moment there. There was a minute where Antonio Banderas was in everything, and he was great in all of it, pretty much. I love the guy. I'm waiting for him and Pedro to do something together.
Oh yes.
Brothers, cousins.
Yes, make it happen.
Think it'll happen?
Remake Mi Vida Loca. You remember that movie?
Which one?
Mi Vida Loca? You don't remember that?
No.
So stupid.
No Two Trolls is opening up her salon.
Oh, nice.
Isn't that fucking
Congratulations. Awesome? I as soon as you said that, I smelled it. I was like, it smells amazing in there.
The salon?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's really cool, man. That's exciting. What an exciting moment.
That's very cool.
Well, I know you're going to do great because you're an awesome human being. And you're probably an even better hairdresser.
I really love salons. I only spent a short amount of time in my life where I was getting haircuts because I had short hair and I was trying to maintain it. Most of the time I just let it grow out and I don't give a shit. But so the salon vibes are so fun. I mean, yeah. I understand why barbershop culture is a whole thing and why salons are kind of a different color of that.
They are. I mean, they, Hairspray. Or I guess, what was the salon movie? I don't know if Hairspray was it, but they have it's there's a culture to it.
I used to go to this hipster salon in Los Angeles, and it's just it's such an interesting business. It's so vibrant. The vibe is so friendly and talkative, and you can play whatever music, and it doesn't matter because everybody's like, oh, I'm hanging out with artists, I love when workspaces are open for business and you can go into somebody else's workspace that's created exactly how they want to have it. And it's stepping into I don't know, it's stepping into a little art installation,
Yeah.
I just love it. I hope that you make your salon very unique to you and not you know how every Starbucks looks the same? And you're
coffee. It's already done. She's opening it.
Coffee shops are fucking lame because all of the coffee shops look the same because they're all fucking Starbucks or they're trying to imitate Starbucks. I feel like it's super fun when people have things like salons where they're I have an aesthetic and I'm going to show you my aesthetic and it's going to be all over the place. You're just going to walk into it and be immersed.
It's a funny thing that you say that because I get intimidated by those kinds of places.
Because you're an outsider?
Yeah,
that's part of the fun, though.
It's too much for me.
It's part of the fun. It's going to.
I don't even like when there's too much wood on the wall.
It's like going to amusement park in your regular clothes. You're like, wow, I'm in this whole different place, and I'm just walking around like I usually do. Anywho, congratulations.
She's been doing that. She's been doing it for 20 years, man.
Oh wow!
So you're this smoking a cigarette and looking the other way.
Yeah, trimming
They come out perfect. Yeah. You're like reading the white pages.
Like those scenes in Edward Scissorhands where he just
exactly. He doesn't have to pay any attention.
Yeah.
Kidding me? I could do that with my eyes closed. That's very funny.
I wanted to. This is crazy astrology time right now. Of course, all the astrologers are always like, "Is it going to happen? Is this the eclipse that's going to take that one person that we're all waiting for it to happen down?" We don't know. It sounds stupid when you don't actually just come out and say it. I've realized.
Yeah. I wanted to right after we made Don's Plum, I wanted to, in my head. I think I told maybe RD. But I may not have even told him. Like I kept this to myself. But as soon as we finished Don's Plum and I saw it in my head, I was like, we're gonna like do another one of these 30 years later. That was like on my mind like immediately, because it just felt like that's what it needed, like something where those same characters come together in a totally different way and we see what they are. And today I learned that Anthony Michael Hall said of John Hughes that he wanted a Breakfast Club sequel where the original cast returned in their 30s. I think 30s would have been too soon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
a high school reunion.
Especially with Hollywood types like
What's
Judd
the
Nelson
premise, though? They were only put together because they were in detention.
Yeah.
So what's the premise for them coming together ever again?
Jury duty, it must be.
But what was so neat about the Breakfast Club was because these people had the one time where they were stuck together. And you definitely got the sense that they never came back together ever again. Before or since, they didn't know each other. That's what was so brilliant about that movie. So you can't bring them back together again and have them have like some kind of shared history or something. That's like... you can't hear it, but I'm howling inside laughing at my joke. At your joke?
The whole time you've been talking, all I've been doing is laughing inside myself.
What's your joke?
I said jury duty.
That's why they come back together is because they're all selected for jury duty?
Yeah.
So they're all like doing like that dance.
I just like keep seeing them like seeing each other, but are you kidding me?
I know.
And then it's like one after the other.
They have another scene, like they have the montage scene in Breakfast Club. So they got like the dance break, where they're all dancing together and stuff. And then meanwhile, like the jury foreman is like, is he gonna get murder or not? Is he innocent or
what's going on?
Is he getting acquitted of murder or is he? Guys, can you take a fucking seat?
Judd Nelson's still trying to hit on Ali Sheedy.
Ali Sheedy. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, listen, I bet you Emilio Estevez wouldn't have done it.
Wouldn't have?
Yeah.
Why?
Because, he just stopped acting.
Whatever.
Turned that tap off.
Yeah, but he's cool.
He became a big TV director. Did you know that?
I heard, apparently he lives in like near Somis, California, which is like a little farming community in Southern California in Ventura County. And apparently everybody has stories about him going to the farmer's market and being like an absolute like gem, like super sweetheart. He's always buying like local people's stuff, which like everybody does. But because he's Emilio Estevez, he's got like this lore about him. It's adorable.
Well, it's nice to see, right? Because, it's easy to imagine people being...
He seems happy, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Shitty. I do have some sad news.
Oh.
Ben Jones, you know who that is?
I don't know who Ben Jones is.
You do. Come on. Ben Jones.
Benny.
Benny Jones. Ben Jones, he played Cooter on The Dukes of Hazzard. Did you ever watch The Dukes of Hazzard?
No, I've never seen Dukes of Hazzard.
I watched it all the time. Daisy Dukes. That's where it comes from.
Yeah. Right. I know that much.
Well, if you're a young boy and you know that Daisy Duke is going to be on this show wearing them shorts.
Was the Dukes of Hazzard a thing in Canada?
Fuck. We watched it incessantly. I didn't know what the Confederate flag meant at all.
Yeah, right.
I had no idea. I thought it was cool. I was like,
well,
that's such a cool design.
I mean, a lot of people outside the South didn't know either.
Yeah.
Like
that's funny.
The Confederacy was like only a few years.
3 years, I think.
That
it was
it
like, I think
ever
CCR
existed?
was together longer than.
Creedence Clearwater Revival was together longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's weird.
Anyway, he died. Ben Jones, he was 84 years old. And, imagine that your life becomes like, we all have these different things, like, the thing that goes on the tombstone or whatever, like mine is like, wah. And his is, he played Cooter.
Is that really all that he ever did?
I mean, Ben Jones,
he got
Cooter.
like typecast and then that was it, the rest of his life?
Well, you know what? Now you've done it. Now you've done it.
Now he,
You've
like-
made it a thing.
I know. Now he
We're
like,
gonna find out.
now he like runs a fertilizer company or something.
What did I say his name was? Ben what?
Ben Jones. There's no way you can search for Ben Jones.
Ben Jones, yeah.
Everybody's
Dukes
named
of
Ben
Hazzard.
Jones.
That's right there. Ben Jones. Let's see. Ben Jones. The last thing he did was in 2021. He did Unbreakable. No, he's Dukes of Hazzard. What? A TV movie called The Dukes of Hazzard. Hazard in Hollywood. No. Anyway, it's all Dukes of Hazzard and Sliders TV series. He does like very little. He did very little work.
I apologize, but I just cannot be very moved by a story of an 85-year-old man dying that was in a show in
No
the
one saw it
70s.
coming. It was unexpected. Everyone is shocked by this. It's Coots. It's just Coots. I wanted to bring him up because he's like, if you grew up with the Dukes of Hazzard, you know who Cooter is, because he was kind of the butt of, what's his name, Roscoe Pico. All right. Poor Ben Jones. Not really. He was 84. You think you're gonna make it to 84?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you're gonna make it to 84. Don't ask. Don't ask.
I have some stories here today. I don't know, man. This. Do you have more interesting stories than
Yeah, I can keep going.
Because I have some. Let me just try to find
Angela's
this.
been studying
I've been studying.
and not preparing for her live.
I actually took a screenshot and it's too blurry, so I'm looking for it now.
Well, while we wait on you, I'll tell you more stories.
Okay.
You know how like I talked about writing to market,
Uh-huh.
Well, Mel Gibson, he basically makes movies to market now, right? And you know what his market is, right? What's his market? If you were to say like, who's in the United States, who is Mel Gibson's core audience?
Fucking MAGA people.
MAGA
I guess.
people, right? Right? Everyone knows that. Okay. He writes to market. So this headline just got me like chuckling. Mel Gibson admits, that's how it's written, admits that he filmed the resurrection of the Christ in English as he felt audience would struggle with subtitles.
He's like, listen, let's be honest. None of the people who watch my movies can read.
Can you believe this shit? How funny is that, dude?
Yeah, well, what's interesting is that, like, you'd think that you would be marketing a movie to people that are used to reading the Bible. And the Bible's not very easy reading. It's like pretty, it's pretty dense. If you can get through big sections of the Bible, it means that you've got like really good focus. You could probably read some subtitles in a movie.
Right.
So why is he assuming? I don't know, man. It's just like, don't give your money to people who make art and dumb it down because they think you're stupid.
Isn't that, I thought that was just like, who are you talking to?
Yeah.
Because like if I was buying tickets and I ain't, but if I was, I'd be a little offended.
Speaking of making things for people that might be stupid,
Okay.
can I tell you about this guy in San Francisco? He bought a billboard specifically because he didn't want other companies to buy a billboard that was advertise their tech companies or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. So
people do it all the time.
So he made up a fake company and he bought a billboard, and it has a little logo that looks like an atom, and then it says chattjb.org. And it underneath it says the leading chat interface powered by AI. And AI has an asterisk on it. And in the small print on the billboard, AI stands for average individual. Okay.
That's funny, yeah.
So TJB. Apparently you can just look up
TJB.org?
chattjb.org. And what you can do is you can just like query it just like any other AI.
It's
just
been paused.
It's been paused, yeah, because he's gotten so famous. He's literally just a guy. This person posted, Comrade Cat on Twitter said, my girlfriend has been talking to this guy that bought a billboard in San Francisco so that it wouldn't be bought by a real AI company. And now he just responds to anyone that messages him. His name is Tucker. And it took him 3 days to send her back a drawing of a cat. And it's just like a really crude drawing with like a stylus on a pad.
It's like that. Remember the I'll draw you a picture I'll draw a picture of a spider to pay for my phone or whatever.
Yes, right. So somebody was like, hey, do an AI rendering of this cat. And he just draws a picture and sends it back. Other person says, hey, chat TJB, what's the best excuse to get out of a speeding ticket? And then he responded, I think flirting is legal. So like he's just a regular guy who's just answering these people as if he's like
doing the best he can.
Yes.
He's not like using a fucking search engine or nothing.
I know, like the cat drawing that somebody requested. It took him 3 days to get back to them, but he did.
It'd be so funny if if his like response was, I don't know. You know?
Yeah.
That's impossible.
Sorry. But I hope you find your answer somewhere.
Cutting things out of like old Sears catalogs.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to write your obituary for you, but thanks for asking. Man, I just love people being like, what if we just did it this way? I've seen a bunch of people who have like flyers for their events that are just like really crudely hand drawn. And they're so much better than all these AI drawn, really weird, super strange graphic flyers. Okay, I have another story here.
Wait, before you do.
Okay.
Happiness in Your Life said that today was weird because she repaired her toilet because the plumber
That was a weird day.
was taking too long to call back to make
She
an
was
appointment.
like, fuck it, we do it ourselves around here.
So No Two Trolls is like, right on, you saved money. And then
That's harrowing though, man.
Happiness in Canada, I said. Happiness in Your Life said, I really had no idea how inexpensive parts are.
Yeah.
It was $15.
Yeah.
And she watched tutorials on YouTube.
Yeah. See, this is the thing, man. Before everybody decided to ruin the
You
internet.
feel good too when you do something like that.
Oh, yeah.
You're like,
I know.
walk around, you'd be like,
I know.
some people go to school for that shit, you know.
Every time the toilet works, you're going to be like, hell yeah.
It doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter what I do. I'm like, I just feel it, you know?
Yeah.
Most remember, like look it up on the, I changed like one of the easiest parts in an engine. Mm-hmm. I just looked it up on YouTube, bought the part, looked it up on YouTube, did it, got my hands greasy, because I got to touch the engine. Man, I like put that hood down. I was like,
You felt like God.
I was like, if only a woman could see me right now. There's no woman in sight.
I love that we used to watch Gordon Ramsay cooking shows, and he always had this segment where it was the Taste It Now Make It challenge, where Gordon Ramsay would like cook something amazing and give it to all of his chefs, and they would taste it. They would like take little nibbles and go,
and
like try to
vanilla.
No. They would taste it,
Yeah.
and then they would have to like go into the kitchen and like try to cobble it all together. They'd like investigate the dish and try and make it.
Yeah.
So you do that.
Yeah.
We've been doing that since like we'll get like expensive fucking takeout that's like way too much money and be like, I could fucking make this. And then we put it together and then it feels so much more gratifying. And I love this thing that you do the plus minus, where you're like, well, how much did it cost us to make it versus how much it would have cost us to buy it from a restaurant.
Yeah.
And it's always like crazy. Like it costs $3 tops to make something that would have cost $25 at the restaurant. Super gratifying. You can do that kind of shit all day long. You could fix your toilet without calling the plumber. You could fix your car. You could fix a meal. Save
As
money.
you get older, it's like, you're like, what are you so proud of? Put on my fucking socks, man.
I didn't even need any help.
I put on my socks. Howard Stern staffers are not allowed to speak to radio hosts at parties and cultish company. People were warned. This is on page 6. Howard Stern staffers revealed the strange rules they had to follow while working under the famed radio host in alleged, what do they call it? Cultish company. People were warned before any company parties not to speak to Howard, with the added note that people have actually gotten fired for it.
What? I'm sorry. They're at a company party
Yeah.
and you're not supposed to. And he's there at the company party,
Yeah.
but he doesn't want anybody to talk to him? Is this really? That seems hard to believe.
Sources say all of these men who work for Stern are so desperate for Howard's attention, it's likely they all just want Daddy's approval so bad. One source alleged.
Okay. Okay. So who's about to complain about Howard Stern, and that's why this article is out.
So it's
So the allegations are incoming,
Yeah.
is what's.
It's an interesting conundrum, right? Because like if you're like Howard Stern, which is like you're worth ridiculous amount of money, you're hugely famous, blah, blah, blah. Like, company party, and all of a sudden everyone's like, yo, Howard, what's up? Oh, I'm Ben. Yeah, I'm the camera. I'm the AC.
Yeah, I know, but like, don't think that Howard Stern knows everybody that works for him?
They're not allowed to talk to him, does he?
I don't know. It seems unbelievable.
I wasn't implying anything, though, to be sure.
You weren't implying what?
I wasn't trying to imply that he didn't know anybody at his company, Angela.
It's a strange story. It sounds hard to believe because what do you mean he's at a company party? How many people are in this company?
A second source told the U.S. Sun that the workplace environment could feel like a cult, especially if you're on the outside looking in.
Yeah, but that's a lot of entertainment companies, I think.
Whenever you're a part of something and you know someone's in charge of everything,
yeah,
you want to please that person,
right.
Said the second insider. Yeah. So, I don't know. That's the headline.
Isn't that very, very common, though, when, like, the talent is the boss, that it kind of feels like a cult? Like, you have to serve the talent who's also the boss, so you can't, like, there's nobody to complain to. Like, there's no higher up you can go to.
I guess it feels like a cult if you're, like, hiring a bunch of people who are there because they admire you and revere you.
Yeah, maybe. I actually, I briefly met Howard Stern. I was, when I was a teen model, I was hired for a music video. It's still, you can see it on YouTube. The music video is definitely way more weird than the music shoot was. I guess they had problems in the edit or something. Right. But it was for the Porno for Pyros band, and the music video was Hard Charger, and it was the music video. It was the song for the Howard Stern movie that came out in like, this is like 90s, early 2000s, whatever. And I was cast as like a teen schoolgirl. They had me in like a whole schoolgirl outfit. And the premise was that I was supposed to, it was like, we were at like the Warner Brothers backlot. I can't remember if it was Warner Brothers or what, but Universal backlot or whatever, where they have like the little towns.
Yep.
They have like the facades of all the buildings that are fake, and then like the little town, and everything's all mowed and pretty, and they do all the shoots there.
Mm-hmm.
Am I boring you?
No.
Oh, you're giving me this face like you want me to stop.
No.
Well, the premise was that Howard Stern was supposed to be like walking down the street, and all these people were supposed to rush out and greet him like, oh my God, Howard Stern is here. It's a fucking stupid concept for a video. But anyway, I rushed down the steps. I had to do it a few times where like the schoolgirls burst out of the school to go and chase Howard Stern down the street. Right? Like, of course. But anyway, I was standing outside, and I shared a heater with Howard Stern for like 15 minutes while they were resetting, and he was very nice. I don't know what I was expecting, but he wasn't like, don't talk to me, Yeah,
I mean, not for nothing, but you were a young, hot chick. So.
I also was kind of expecting, he had a reputation at that point, obviously. I mean, they made a movie about him, but the reputation, I thought that maybe he was going to be like skeevy, like make some remark about my legs or something. But he wasn't. He was completely like fine, like just didn't do anything that was remotely uncomfortable. I just shared a heater with him. So I don't know what they're talking about. It doesn't seem like...
Well, between you and me,
I feel
Jimmy
like
Kimmel and fucking Howard Stern are just good people.
I just don't understand what the story is about. Like, what... Why is this happening? Is he in the news or something? Like somebody... Is there a lawsuit or something?
Who knows, man?
Like, what is... It's such a random story to drop all of a sudden. Not that I'm defending Howard Stern, because he's obviously super extremely fucking problematic, but... I'm just so confused about this entertainment headline.
Yeah, it is. It's weird. It's strange. I don't understand why people will come out with it, but it just caught my eye because the idea that you're like, just the concept of being, invited to a party where you can't talk to basically the guy who's throwing it.
Yeah, like,
you know what I mean? Like,
if he doesn't want anybody to talk to him, why is he at the party?
Right. It's like, why are you there? Yeah. What the fuck are you doing there? Like, throw the party and let everybody else do the motorboats and whatever else.
The motorboats.
Every time I think about the company party, I think about the guy who motorboated. It was an intern. I was working for CBS Radio. Fucking radio, bro.
I'm sorry. You have to tell this story.
I was working for CBS Radio. There was this kid. He was interning for like a half a year, and then he got promoted into the actual job, and he got hired. This was like maybe a week before the company Christmas party. We were at the company Christmas party. He was double fisting Long Island iced teas.
Oh, no.
I said, dude, maybe don't double fist Long Island iced teas. Cut to like an hour, literally like maybe 2 hours tops later. He is completely wasted. And he walks up to this woman known as Juanita. That was her first name. And she was like this big woman, heavyset woman who had like, one of those like shelf cleavage kind of, and she always wore like a V, but it was more like a shelf. You could put your drink on her breasts, you know what I mean? It'd be like, you think it's a shelf, and be like, oh, my bad, Yeah. It was like that. Well, this guy runs up to her, Juanita. Juanita, lovely human being, like wonderful person. And like just kind and, and never done anything wrong to anybody. Anyway, he runs up to her.
This guy, the nameless intern
who just got promoted.
And he's like
wasted on Long Island
several
iced teas.
cocktails deep.
He runs up to her and buries his face into her cleavage and blows.
Oh my God.
Right in front of us all.
What happened?
He got fired.
I mean, of course. But what happened before that?
We all just wait. Everyone just waited till Monday, whatever. Like the day after we came back or whatever it was. I don't remember precisely when it was, but we were all just like, so what happened to whatever his name was? I don't even remember his name.
What did he do after he motorboated Juanita?
He fucking ran away with fucking drinks in his hand.
Oh, he was just like
He
having
just
a great
came in
time.
and motorboated and left.
And what did she do?
She gasped. She was laughing, but, humiliated.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
My God.
But she was laughing. But,
Unforgettable.
I remember her. Yeah. Give her the motorboat. It was the craziest thing I think I've ever seen at a company party, for sure.
So I saw this other headline I wanted to share with you. This is hilarious because they're still trying to like somehow boogeyman China's communism to Americans who are like really who might maybe want Chinese communism.
Let me just start out with this. In China, when you pay off your home, you don't pay any more tax.
You don't pay any more taxes on your home. You just own a home.
You pay
You
tax.
don't have to, and they can't take it away from you.
For every
because
time you
own
pay
it.
for your house,
Yes.
you get taxed.
Yeah.
Once the house is paid for, there is no more tax.
Right. I know. Sure would be nice if that's.
It's the craziest thing that
I know.
You pay rent here
No
to
matter
the
what.
government.
Yep.
Nobody owns anything. The government owns everything. It has a tax lien on every inch of its soil.
Anyway, so the latest way that they're trying to tell us that what China does for Chinese people is bad is this. This is from the Globe and Mail. China's unemployed are flocking to Communist Party service centers. Communist Party service centers for the unemployed. Okay?
Yeah.
I don't know why they're making it seem like it's bad. I guess they're saying that there's a lot of unemployed people in China.
And they have resources.
But look at what they get. For unemployed tech workers in Shenzhen, the southern megacity neighboring Hong Kong, there is no need for money-saving hacks. Every day, thousands flock to local mass service centers. These are public spaces offering free internet, cheap food and work desks, and some adding childcare, fitness facilities, art classes, and well-stocked libraries to the mix. And this person retweeted, it was like, wow, yeah, sounds bad and communist and scary. And then this other person commented and was like, but what am I going to do with all my money-saving hacks? When there's no need for money-saving hacks anymore. I saw this guy.
But hey, they're making a $400 million ballroom, and Donald Trump got a fucking $1 billion plane.
I saved this image. Maybe you could edit this in, but this guy actually visited one of these and took a picture of it for people to post on the internet. He's like, I passed by one of these centers when I was in Shenzhen. It was in the middle of a busy mall, and it was basically a community center with ping pong tables, computer labs, and a classroom where kids can do extracurricular activities.
Do you know how much of a freak out would happen in this country if people who were unemployed were playing ping pong at a government facility?
Of course, they're like, that's.
Do you know what would happen to this country? Like they wouldn't let you protect yourself from a pandemic.
But meanwhile, China's like, this is what bootstraps looks like, folks. This is what bootstraps are. He said the mural on the wall of this community center in the middle of a mall, the mural on the wall says, in quotes, "The greatest happiness in the world is to fight for the people's happiness." And everyone's like, I'm sorry, but you can't tell me that that's bad.
Yeah, I mean, if
He
it's
said there was-
propaganda, it is, because, you know, then they're lying to you and saying that, you know, they're you know, I mean, the Nazis were promising a great life, you know, I mean,
No, but there's free water and refreshments as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, they were
Yeah.
actually doing the thing.
yeah, I
They're
mean,
like,
China,
if you're unemployed and you can't afford internet at home, don't worry. Come over to our place and play some ping pong, enjoy the internet, bring your kids. There's a daycare, have some refreshments.
learn,
you know?
explore, see what happens. Maybe
We'll get you back up on your feet.
something will open up for you.
I don't know, man. I just thought this was really funny because it's like, if Americans only knew how bad it was by comparison, everybody would be a lot more upset, I guess. It's not like anything
I
changes.
had an Eagles buddy.
Yeah.
We used to watch games together. He went to China for vacation, and on the plane, he got this enormous headache, and it never went away. And he was there for a long time, and so whatever
In
it was,
China, a long
yeah,
time?
and it was like a severe headache. So he was like, "I'm gonna go to the hospital." Like it was that bad, where he's like, "I think I have to go to the hospital for this." So he went to a hospital in China, and they did a scan, I don't know, MRI or whatever it was, and they found a brain tumor.
Oh.
And it was bad. In fact, the doctor said that he was lucky that he lived, that he
flight?
survived the flight.
Yeah.
So he was like, holy fuck. So it was immediate surgery, dude. Immediate surgery. This dude.
He had to do brain surgery, in China.
Yeah. And first of all, the surgery was done immaculately.
Yeah, of course.
He said it was like he lived another 4 or 5 years before the cancer finally got him. And during that time, I didn't see him a lot, but when I did ask him about the differences in the treatment, he said China was amazing. He said it was like, he said it was the best care he had ever gotten through his cancer. At the point that I spoke to him, I didn't speak to him for the last couple of years of his life. I moved.
Did it cost him anything?
I don't remember if it did, but it wasn't a concern for him. He never mentioned
Yeah.
it at all.
Amazing.
He never mentioned it at all.
Yeah, well.
But they gave him. They fucking. I mean, imagine that, dude.
Dude.
Like, but the sort of images that I think some people will conjure up from that are going to be images of, like, you know, some barbaric, like, you know, like MASH unit, you know.
Oh, yeah, like one of
Some
those.
guy walks in with a chisel. Let me get that for you.
I know, like one of those like rural Chinese like wet markets where they just like have like it's like a butcher shop, but it's open air. They just assume that everything's like that.
Right. Come on, man. I mean, I'm happy for the Chinese, dude. I really am. They've got, it's definitely, look, it has its problems, man, for sure. I mean, there's no doubt. But I think they have a way better life in China. I think it's very likely they have a way better life in China than the average American does in America.
I think that the issue with the U.S. is that there's a conservative party that blocks all kinds of progress. And so we just haven't been able to like really join the rest of the developed world in the 21st century. I think that's our issue. And you can't just keep that up. I mean, it's like not sustainable. Like you have to, you know, advance.
So El Said, by the way,
Yeah.
his party is listed as, now it's listed as the Democratic Party. Damn it.
What was it? Democratic Socialist?
No, it was, he had something else. Like, it was like, kind of like,
A different party?
yeah, it was this,
Green Party?
it wasn't called the Green Party. It was nothing I'd heard before.
There's the Working People's Party. Was that
Maybe
it?
it was that. Could have been that. Anyway, now it's coming up as Democratic.
Yeah, well, you know, he won the Democratic nomination.
Well, he actually just recently said, I didn't mean to change the topic. I was just going to tell you this because I thought it was cool when we were talking about, you know, this sort of angle on politics. But
We're
anyway,
talking about communists.
Yeah, he said
communists
that-
taking care of their Their people?
He said that, you know, that he has a lot of issues with the Democratic Party and that he has many arguments to have with many of the leaders of the Democratic Party.
Yeah, of course.
But that he's like, that he wants to be a part of what unites those differences so that they can root out the rot and the corruption.
Oh, he's going to drain the swamp?
Of the... I love that he's calling it rot.
Yeah.
It's way cooler than swamp. Swamp was like whatever. Rot? First of all, you want swamps.
Yeah, no.
Swamps are good.
We actually would like to protect our wetlands.
Yeah, the wetlands are good. You know, of course, they're going to fucking destroy the wetland. This guy wants to get rid of the rot. Uh-huh. Way better. Anyway, enough about him. Have you seen how handsome he is, though? And he's so strong. He's really big. He's got big shoulders. That guy looks like he can chop the wood. You know what I mean?
Dale's a fan.
Carry the water. Everyone's going to be like, I think Dale's. You know? You can think that.
He just appreciates lovely things.
Anessa's here, by the way. She's been here for a while. I didn't.
Oh, that's nice.
I should have said hello earlier.
I want you to bring me your best story right now. I want to hear your best story that you brought. The very best one. Pick it. I want your A game. I want your top shelf. I want your Cadillac story. Which one is it?
I guess I'll go with Tupac murder trial begins with Suge Knight refusing to testify as ex-Crips boss Dwayne Keffy D. Davis stands accused of ordering the killing. Jury selection has begun in the long-awaited trial of Dwayne Keffy D. Davis over the 1996 drive-by shooting.
I think it's Keef D.
Keef D?
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Keef, right? Keef.
I might be wrong.
It's probably Keef.
I'm not really...
Cafe. Keefe. Jury selection has begun in the long-awaited trial of Dwayne Keefe D.
Is it in Los Angeles?
Davis over the 1996 drive-by shooting that killed legendary rapper Tupac Shakur.
Oh.
Didn't he die in Vegas?
Is it in Vegas?
I would imagine if it was in Vegas, then what happens in Vegas?
That's interesting.
The proceedings kicked off in Las Vegas on Monday, nearly 30 years after the 25-year-old musician was gunned down while driving in the passenger seat of a BMW driven by former Death Row Records boss.
So they think
Suge Knight.
They think that this guy is the one who ordered a hit. That's interesting.
Knight, who was wounded in the shooting and is the only surviving eyewitness, has said that he does not want to testify at the trial. This trial has nothing to do with me, and if somebody brings me there, I'm going to hurt whoever brings me there. I promise you that. And I told ABC News last week.
That's not a good move, dude.
He's in jail. He's in jail. Hurt him with what?
I know.
Bro, I mean, if I was in jail, you could hurt me there or whatever. I used to play darts with his ex.
Is that
Suge Knight's ex.
Is that considered obstruction of justice if you don't testify when you're called to testify?
I don't think he cares, but I don't know.
I wonder if that's something you can just voluntarily decline. I don't know. That's neat.
So yeah, I mean, it's on like Donkey Kong and all that other stuff, but yeah, that trial's on.
That's so crazy that nobody's talking about this. I haven't seen the story anywhere. Where'd you find it?
I'm lying about the whole thing.
What do you mean?
I just made it up.
What are you talking
I'm
about?
trying to get clicks. I'm trying to get views. I'm just trying to get likes. I made the whole thing up. It's a lie. I can't believe you busted me.
But why are you saying that?
I got it on Reddit.
Don't be sarcastic.
I got it on Reddit. I don't know if that's my best story because that was like really weird that you put me on the spot.
What's your second best story? That's a pretty good story. That's really juicy. That they're jury selecting now. That means that like in a week we're gonna have a fucking Tupac murder trial. That's dope. Finally. That's so amazing. What took them so long? First of all.
All right, here's one.
Are we not motivated to find out who killed fucking Tupac?
You want my second best now?
Yes, please.
I didn't rank these, man. If that's what we're doing now, not only do I got to find the stories that I want to talk about, but I got to like rank them. Mm-hmm. Good Lord.
I've just thought that it was like maybe the show is like a little bit weak, and I'm trying to zhuzh it up with some, put some fucking energy into it.
Hey, listen, we can have weak shows.
Yeah, we are having.
You think fucking Joe Dane doesn't have weak shows? All right, here we go. Yeah. AI creates 16 new viruses that never existed in nature
What are we doing? Can we stop? What do you mean?
After learning DNA's patterns
nobody
from 9
wants-
trillion nucleotides, expert warns such applications
Experts are warning?
way ahead
Experts have been fucking warning.
of necessary guardrails. An AI model has just created new viruses that never existed in nature, according to a New York Times report. Researchers trained a genomic AI model to design complete DNA sequences for viruses, then chemically built the results
Oh my God.
and watched some come to life. Of the 285 AI...
Wait. I gotta stop you. Viruses don't come to life. You mean they infected like something so that the virus could replicate?
Of 200... I can't answer the questions. I can only read the article. I am nothing but the person reading the article.
You know, Abdul Al-Sayed knows this because he's an epidemiologist, but viruses don't live.
He's an epidemiologist.
You don't kill a virus, and viruses don't live.
Of 285 AI-generated viral genomes tested, 16 successfully assembled into functioning viruses capable of infecting bacteria and reproducing. In the study published in the journal Science, researchers at Stanford University and the Arc Institute trained genomic AI models called EVO on trillions of nucleotides, the individual building blocks of DNA found in every living organism, allowing it to learn statistical patterns in how biological DNA is arranged. Much as a language model learns which combinations of words tend to make sense, EVO learned which combination of nucleotides tend to produce biologically meaningful sequences.
Meaningful in a biological warfare kind of way, or meaningful in like... Because here's the thing about viruses, and what's so fucked up about this like experimentation is that viruses are always bad. Viruses only do destructive things. There is no like, you can't like use a virus for any beneficial reason whatsoever. Viruses always just fuck shit up, damage, destroy, and then leave you worse. Like... Probably for a really long time too. Like there's post-viral syndromes that last a person's entire life. Ugh. What are they doing? Why are they asking their computers to create new viruses? I mean, I know exactly why. They're like, hey, governments, you guys want to pay for this biological warfare machine I just bought? I just designed.
Tom's Hardware is the article. If you guys want to read it, it's pretty thick.
That sucks, man.
It's probably a good 4,000 words. Well, maybe not. Maybe 2,000.
How adorable that experts are warning, too, as if that ever fucking made a difference to anybody ever.
Guys,
you might not want
I
to...
don't know if this is a good idea.
Yeah, like every single disaster movie ever starts with a fucking expert warning and being ignored.
Maybe that was my best story.
I have a story about cows. Do you want to hear about... They made a discovery about cows.
I do. I think this is like an amazing story.
Apparently cows can have eureka moments.
Say it one more time because I hit the mic.
Cows apparently can have eureka moments. They get excited after they solve problems. So they try to solve a problem, and when they solve it, they're like, look at that, I won.
You know what's so crazy about that? Because we were just talking about this because we were just talking about octopus.
Yeah, octopus are smart, problem-solving, clever.
What's the chef's name who like doesn't want to eat him anymore?
Alton Brown says he won't eat octopus anymore because he had a conversation with one at an aquarium.
This motherfucker needs to meet a cow.
Yeah, okay.
Before he kills it.
Apparently they did a study on cows where they took one group of cows and they taught the cows to press a panel in order to enter a room with food. Okay? And then the second group of cows were just allowed to enter a room after a time delay. They didn't actually have to figure out how to press the panel. They were just released after a time. But the panel pressing cows were significantly more excited to enter the room than the second group that just had the door opened for them.
Like, whatever.
You know? This is really amazing.
It's amazing.
The article is the scientific article is called "Assessing the Motivation to Learn in Cattle." This is something I learned a long time ago. My first time in college, at community college, I just took a biological psychology, psychological biology, whatever. I took this course and I learned about how if you are actually working to do something and you achieve the thing you're working to do, it will release the same sort of pleasure chemicals in your brain that like the same chemicals that are released during like, drug drugs or orgasm or whatever, pleasure chemicals, you know? So you'll actually get like
serotonin, dopamine.
Yeah, I can't remember which one. You know, I'm not like an expert.
The good one. The good one.
I need to go back and study. Anyway, what it means is that if you try to do something and you succeed in doing it, it makes it so much more gratifying and pleasurable for you than if you just manage to get the thing without having earned it. And this is how they've done this studies on every kind of animal, and they've only just started to do it now in cows. But they've determined that this is true for rats. They've determined it's true for dogs and monkeys and everybody else. And they think that the evolutionary mechanism behind it is that we evolved to have this because the cavemen who were clever and tried to solve problems were the ones who ended up surviving, right? The ones who never had motivation to solve problems, they never solved their problems and they probably died as a result. So that's why they think that we determine that we have this way of like, if you work hard at doing something and you manage to do it, it's super pleasurable.
Right.
Anyway, this is the abstract of this study. Cognitive challenges may provide a form of enrichment to improve the welfare of captive animals. This works for people too, because we're kind of captive animals too.
You guys, we want you to be happy until we kill and eat you.
This is why they say, this is why if you're depressed and you go and you see like a therapist for depression, they will tell you to get a hobby because they want you to release these pleasure chemicals, get your brain, like zhuzh your brain, start getting it working, the machine running of releasing pleasure chemicals because that'll fix your depression. But the way to do it is to do like fine motor movements with your hands where you're doing stuff, trying to solve problems, and then you succeed in that like releases the pleasure chemicals that make you all better.
Putting on my socks.
So primates, dolphins, and goats will this is previous studies. They say that those animals will voluntarily participate in learning tasks, and they suggest that those learning tasks are rewarding. But little work has been conducted on livestock species. So we investigated, these authors of the study, we investigated the motivation of 10 pairs of Holstein heifers to experience learning opportunities using a yoked design. All heifers were trained to perform an operant response. That just means that they were trained. Operant conditioning is like, you know, you're cued to do something, you do the thing, you receive a reward. So you're more likely to repeat that behavior that got you the reward. That's like dog training. They were trained to perform this nose touch on the panel, okay, on variable interval schedule. Learning heifers, the cows that they have in the experiment, then performed this response to assess a discrimination learning task. Let's see, in which color and texture of feed bin lids signified a preferred reward, which is grain, versus a non-preferred reward, straw. I know this is a bit in the weeds.
Yeah, we don't need to go this far because what we know is that these are just intelligent, feeling, sentient beings. They want to have a good life. We want to have a good life. It's crazy, dude. Listen to this. I was in the Asian grocery store the other day, picking up some ginger, the root, and there was this mother and son, and we just walked past the freezers. And the son, I overheard saying to his mother that he felt real bad. He just felt sad. And she said, why? And he said, just seeing the octopus legs in the freezer, which, by the way, just before he said this, I noticed them and I was just so sad too. I was like, oh, it's just like, what are we doing? And this kid couldn't be a day over 14, having an existential crisis in the aisle of this Asian mart with his mother because she's like, why do you care? And he's like, haven't you heard how intelligent they are? Like, they're probably as smart as us.
The octopuses are super smart.
Yeah.
So they shouldn't be food.
They shouldn't be food.
Well,
they're peers. They're intellectual peers. We only eat the dumb things.
Well, this is so interesting.
So you think Donald Trump would be like in everybody's soup by now.
Ew, gross. Okay, anyway, just to conclude this part, okay? Because I started to read this thing, and now I'm just going to tell you what they found out. We conclude that heifers are motivated to participate in learning tasks, but that aspects of the experience other than discrimination learning were also rewarding. Cognitive challenges and other opportunities to exert control over the environment may improve animal welfare. If you give cows a puzzle to solve, they will be happier. If you give them a puzzle to solve in which they are rewarded with grain versus straw versus, whatever.
Yeah.
Like you give them, you can train cows. There's
It's so funny because this has been going on for a while. What was her name? The one who figured out that the shocking the animals was putting them in a very huge state of stress. That remember this? She was kind of like she was on the spectrum, and she did this thing.
Oh, you're talking about Temple Grandin.
Temple Grandin, exactly right.
Yeah. Well, she was really great with the cattle environmental design. But I thought you were talking about shocking. That made me think of B.F. Skinner was the psychologist who first invented Skinner boxes, which are horrific devices that...
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about like these cattle getting, it was like these prodders or something.
Yeah, they were trying to train them through an environment that was...
leading to their slaughter.
That was aversive.
Right.
And she noticed that cows prefer to walk along certain surfaces. So she was like, well, if you just train them to go along those surfaces that they actually just like,
go.
They will just go and you won't have to keep poking them on the way.
Right.
She was like, she apparently recognized that there was like glaring that was hurting their eyes, or like there was some sort of like harsh angles. They're like prey animals. And so one of the reasons why horses are so like jumpy is because they're prey animals. And so you kind of have to like design their environment to keep them from, that's why they put blinders on them, so that they keep them from constantly like watching their backs,
Kicking.
It's the same thing with this. She's like, but if you just make the environment cozy for them, like they'll do what you want. I don't, it's just, we're so intelligent, but we're so slow to pick up on this fucking super easy shit.
I couldn't believe that conversation with that kid. I couldn't believe it. I just wanted to like eavesdrop through the rest of their shop just to see, see what he had to say about it. But it was just so weird because we were just talking about it on this live. And there's this kid being like, Mom, it's wrong what's in that freezer. And it is. It is.
But every animal has this ability. There's this, have you ever heard of chicken camp? Chicken training camp, sorry.
No.
It's like this, if you're like a high level dog trainer and you want to reach a certain level of certification or whatever, you can go and get certified at chicken training camp.
Yeah.
And the reason why dog trainers will go and train chickens at this, like, they'll do like this retreat where they go and put chickens through a bunch of tasks and actually train chickens to do this like circus work, like walk tight ropes and shit like that. And the reason why they do that is because you can't punish a chicken. If a chicken doesn't want to do a thing, a chicken's not going to do a thing.
Right.
So the entire thing is like, it's intensive work on how to train an animal with a fucking bird brain, how to do something that's completely against its nature, only with rewards. So your timing has to be perfect. You have to make sure that you're very, very clear about what you want the chicken to do, but you can't communicate whatsoever because chickens aren't going to communicate.
Yeah.
And you'll see these people, like, they'll do like circus tricks with these chickens because they were such good trainers. And it's all positive reinforcement. It's just the same kind of operant training. Any animal is like this. You can train an animal to do anything. Have you ever seen the people online who like train their goldfish?
Yeah, it's crazy. All of the
Yeah.
different fucking alligators.
Everything
that
is
roll over
smarter
and-
than we think they are.
Yeah, exactly. Everything is smarter than, and this is the thing that I, whatever. I just hope that there's, like the big sort of awakening throughout of the world.
Are we a vegan podcast?
We're not a vegan podcast. It's not about being vegan. It's not like being judging about like, it's about like thinking about food sourcing. Mm-hmm. Like we've been raised never to think about these kinds of things. We've been just raised to fucking have anything we want, wherever we want, whenever we want. Fucking 3 a.m, I'm hungry. I can find a place to eat in America. Usually.
I know. I never lived a single day of my life before there was mass produced food and like these huge,
right.
there's all my food comes from fucking overseas.
And look,
weird.
The one of the most sort of shocking sort of rises in cancer are among younger adults with colorectal or stomach and intestinal cancer, right? And I think that is a part of like when I think about my parents' era, because my mom and my dad, they weren't healthy. Like they drank Pepsi and all this other shit, but we didn't eat as much of the fucking processed food that you eat today. And that processing is certainly goes into meat and conditions, and one of the most eye-opening things is to go by these mass beef farms, these mass market beef farms in Texas. It's disturbing in every possible way. From the roadside, you just see something that it's detestable, these conditions. These animals are just absolutely being tortured so that people can eat them. And I think that is all I'm talking about. I'm not saying don't eat meat. I'm saying if you're going to eat meat, source your meat. Like, there was The Gods Must Be Crazy. Remember that? Some documentaries and about different cultures, particularly what some I call primitive cultures, or like tribes and indigenous peoples and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And in one of the episodes, I remember there was this tribesman, and he was hunting, and he killed the prey, and then he prayed over it, and he thanked the gods for it.
Yeah, they're really reverent.
And there was this huge process that they went through, exalting the animal and giving thanks to the animal for feeding the family. And this may sound ridiculous or whatever, but there's something about that. Like when I was an activist type vegetarian, I had a friend who was a hunter, a friend through my marriage, who was a hunter. And he butchered, he didn't butcher, but he would process everything that he hunted. And that's what their family ate over the winter. Mm-hmm. And so when we were hanging out one night, and it came up, and he was like, "Oh, you probably think I'm fucking horrible because I was this, activist vegetarian." I was like, "No, I think what you're doing is the right thing to do. Like, if you're going to eat meat, go get that shit. Go hunt that shit. Go process that shit, eat your kill." Now, that may be a little outrageous in a world that's moving as fast as ours is, but what's not so outrageous is sourcing your meat and finding where the farms are and how they're treating the animals, and stop eating meat that comes from animals that have been abused or who are raised in inhumane conditions. And I think that's like a good step. That's like a step in the right direction. And that means that all the fast food comes off the table right away, right? Like, because you can't certainly believe that McDonald's is massaging their cows. You know what I mean? If I was going to eat meat again, I would be eating the meat of massaged cows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would.
They're given puzzles to solve.
Right. Like ones that had a great life, and that, whose life was given for my sustenance, but who lived in sort of, in reverie or whatever. Maybe we're in reverie. But you know what I mean?
I had some fast food cravings a little while ago, and I just went and found copycat recipes.
Yeah.
And they always turn out so much better.
Copycat
Yeah, well,
recipes?
everybody's figured out exactly how to make anything at a fucking fast food restaurant. Exactly the ingredients that you could they're all whole real ingredients.
We made smash burgers when we were eating meat, and they were fucking amazing. And, we just eat everything in our house because the first reason is because I have to stop eating the processed foods. My guts have been completely ruined.
The main reason why I don't want to eat fast food is because you don't ever get what you... the food ends up fucking disgusting, and you're like, okay, I just fucking spent $15 for bad food. I'm just sick of going to restaurants and being disappointed, so I just cook the shit myself. If I'm going to be disappointed with my food, I want it to be my fault.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, we don't eat maybe as good as we would if we were, be able to afford eating out every night or whatever. But we're eating better, and we eat good. We eat really good, I think.
Cosmic Urgency has an interesting question.
Okay.
Do you think the Zodiac Killer existed?
Well, I have no reason not to. You mean, do I think that it's possible that they were murders from different people that were all attributed to one killer? I don't know. Kind of an odd question.
I didn't know that there was... Does anybody think that the Zodiac Killer did not exist? Or what? The people died, and then the Zodiac Killer claimed responsibility for those.
Did you like that movie?
What movie?
Zodiac.
I did. I actually, I can't really remember it. I remember watching it and liking it, but I can't really remember anything about it. Anytime anybody shares a clip or something, I'm like, what is this? Oh, right. I've seen that somehow. The only scene in that movie that I remember is this, there's a scene where they they reenact one of the murders.
Yeah.
The one that happened on the lakeside. And it's the most horrific, scariest thing I think I've ever seen in a movie. So I remember that part. But the whole like investigation and the newsroom stuff, like I don't really remember.
I just looked it up. I just whipped over to the wiki.
I really love David Fincher's movies, so I should just check it out again.
It's a really good movie. It's a slow burn, but it's really good. Zodiac Killer. I went over to the wiki, and on the wiki they have, somebody gave a description, which they had a sketch artist do a likeness, and so yeah, I mean, could it? I don't know, dude. I'd love to answer that question, but I can't. I don't know.
There is a documentary on the Zodiac Killer that I liked the most, and it seems like a really, really plausible explanation. And I know everybody has criticisms about every one of these explanations. There's like people that debunk them, but this one seems the most believable to me. It's on Netflix, and it's one season of a short series titled "This is the Zodiac Speaking." And they think they figured out who he is. His family has put it together. Like he apparently brought his children along for his crimes several of the times. So his kids literally remember being at the scene of the crimes.
I remember this.
It's a really, really interesting documentary. But this whole thing that Cosmic Urgency is talking about says there's a documentary on Peacock titled Myth of the Zodiac.
I'll watch it.
So maybe he didn't even exist at all.
I'll put it on right after this goddamn live.
I also really like, I think it was on Netflix too, but Sons of Sam. That was really eye-opening too. Their theory is that there wasn't one Son of Sam who was like terrorizing and murdering couples in New York City. But it was like a whole cult. And then the actual guy who got caught, what was his name? Berkowitz?
Yeah, Sam Berkowitz.
No, not Sam. He's a son of Sam. Sam was the name of the dog.
Oh, yeah. Eddie Berkowitz?
Yeah, so like
Tommy Berkowitz?
Billy Bob Berkowitz.
Billy Bob Berkowitz.
The theory is that he just took the fall and that everybody else was like, oh shit, there's too much heat, guys. I guess we got to stop.
David Berkowitz.
David Berkowitz.
Burks, as I call him. It's Burks.
Davy Burks.
Berkey D.
Cosmic Urgency said the guy in the Netflix one is the guy Fincher has as the killer in the movie. Ooh.
In the Netflix doc? Mm-hmm. That's the one you're talking about?
That's the documentary I didn't know the Fincher connection.
I want to watch it again. Do we watch this
Let's
already?
fucking go to town, dude.
I will. I'm not afraid. We just did the 25 best documentaries, and I want to watch one of them. Like I want to watch it tonight, but we got to go to bed early because we got to go to dog surgery.
Dog surgery tomorrow in the morning.
Dog surgery tomorrow, guys.
I know she won't get any breakfast. I'm very sad for her.
Yeah, she doesn't get.
She's gonna be like, what gives, guys?
Oh, I'm just thinking about her because she's gonna be getting in the car, going on a long trip. Then she's gonna be like, knocked the fuck out. Mm-hmm. Then she's gonna wake up. What the fuck? Then she's gonna be like, oh, that's not right. And then we're gonna be like, whatever, feeding her mush.
Very sad.
Oh man, our little fucking kid. I love her, dude. She's a little darling, and she's gonna make me go broke, but who cares?
Yeah, that's
what
they do.
Tanner got some work, it looks like.
Oh yeah, sweet. Tanner says shift lead in 3 weeks, hopefully then up to manager.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
Straight to the top.
Take it down. Hey man. Fuck yeah. That's what I say. Ted Berkowitz.
Yeah, Ted Bundy.
Ted
Berkowitz.
David Berkowitz. He's just like when he got busted, everyone was like, he kind of looks scary a little bit, I guess. Because you think about, who is the scariest looking serial killer of all time, in your opinion?
The scariest looking serial killer of all time.
That like their face would haunt you. Just their fucking face would haunt you. Who is it?
I have different reasons for saying that this is the scariest one, but Gary Ridgway. To me is the scariest because he is so normal. He is so normal and he's attractive and he seems like a regular dude that he actually, all of the profilers, they were trying to catch him for like 10 years, 15 years or something. And they maybe longer than that. But all of the profilers were stumped because he didn't fit any of the profile whatsoever. He had a loving wife. He had a family with kids. He had a really good job. All of these things that they were like, oh, well, he must be angry at the world. He killed like over 50 women.
Yeah.
In the Pacific Northwest, and and they didn't catch him. He started in like 1984, and they didn't catch him until 2001. So he had like this huge long career where he was just like dumping bodies all over the fucking town. It was horrible, and they never knew who he was, and they actually questioned him. They questioned him.
That is really truly a career.
They brought him in for. They questioned him because somebody witnessed him drive away with one of the victims who ended up disappearing. And they found the car at his house. And the cops went and questioned him. And the cop was like, well, he seems normal, so whatever. And they just didn't investigate him. And then later on, several years later, they investigated him and they brought him into the precinct and they gave him a lie detector test. Dale, he passed. He passed.
Yeah.
The lie detector test.
Yeah, I mean, they can be beat.
That's why it's so fucking scary. That's why he's the scariest, because he went like completely undetected. He was just like a super normal guy. Nobody suspected him.
Like the question I was asking was to look in the eyes of the serial killer, which one?
Definitely the Gilgo Beach killer that they just recently caught. What's his name? I can't remember his name. Hertzman or something. I can't remember. Hang on, let me look this up. This guy, you should look him up. He looks like a fucking ogre.
For me, it's Richard Ramirez.
Rex Heuermann. He's like 8 feet tall, and he's just like super, super scary looking. He looks like a ogre beast.
For me, it's the Night Stalker all the way.
Oh yeah, Richard Ramirez.
Oh, come on. That guy, he's looking at me like, oh my God, this guy is so, like when he was like when he was on trial and he had the like pentagram in his hand and shit. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh my God, what a fucking scary dude. What's this guy you talking about? This 8-foot guy?
The Gilgo Beach killer.
I don't know what that
His name is Rex.
Gilgo Beach killer. I think, yeah, I got it.
Rex,
oh yeah, this guy.
Heuermann. He's super tall too. He's like 6'4".
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like if Liam Neeson like let loose on you. Like, what the fuck? I thought you were a nice guy, Liam Neeson. I'm gonna kill you and I'm gonna kill your family. Yeah, he's a terrifying looking individual.
Why'd you ask? Such a strange question.
Because Cosmic Urgency inspired it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We're talking about serial killers.
He inspires me. I've told you this before.
Gary Ridgway is...
Yeah, Richard Ramirez for Sam David. See what I'm saying? Seriously, though, that guy... I've seen pictures of him and they've like struck fear in me. Just seeing a picture of him, I'm like, can you imagine this guy angry and tearing and stabbing and killing you? Oh my God,
like
so
if
savage.
you were writing...
It's like a wild animal.
If you were illustrating a comic book and you had to like cast the like embodiment of death, like it kind of looks like Richard Ramirez with his like crazy beady eyes.
Yeah, you're right. Gypsy Rose Blanchard's no fucking joke. Is that the one? Gypsy Rose? No.
She's done a
wasn't she the one who like got away with it?
Got a redemption arc,
yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, because she's telling the story that she was like abused or whatever. Wasn't she like controversial like a minute ago?
Yeah, she's very controversial because she went to prison for murder.
Right, she killed her mom?
Yeah, her boyfriend who killed her mom, and
right,
the boyfriend is still in prison.
Right.
But she was released.
Richard Ramirez.
The reason why Richard Ramirez doesn't scare me...
Really?
No, he doesn't scare me because I grew up in...
I'm going to get a Richard Ramirez tattoo right on my fucking chest. Let's see.
I went to junior high and high school in Los Angeles, and I went to school with a bunch of like skinny brown kids that look just like Richard Ramirez. So it's like he doesn't scare me. He kind of looks like one of my...
No, it's the cheekbones. It's the cut cheekbones, deeply cut cheekbones that catch the skeleton light. You know, like when the fucking sun or whatever when he's like...
He just looks like an awkward, skinny brown kid.
I think that's... You're crazy.
He's skinny like Snoop Dogg was skinny.
What?
You know? You remember seeing those music videos of Snoop Dogg and you're like, damn, that guy's frail. Like he's just like that. I don't know. No, this guy's not that at all. This guy looks strong. I find the scariest serial killers to be the ones that look extremely normal. where you're like, wow, you really can't fucking
But that's
tell.
not the question, because that doesn't, when you look at them, that doesn't scare you. When you look at them, they're like, hey man, what are you going to watch tonight?
Yeah, exactly. That's what's so scary.
Don't double dip. You like get angry at them. You're like getting angry at a serial killer because they're like, they look like, fucking Don Rickles. You're like, hey man, I said don't do that.
No,
Literally,
I know.
you know that person in that moment is like, you're next.
Gary Ridgway had 2 ex-wives. So he had arguments with women that he did not kill. And can you imagine once they found out that they...
Right. They were like, I was all cocksure, pumping that shit. Yeah, like Richard Ramirez, see, that guy, he's frightening to look at. I'm not talking about like...
Oh, I also think that...
Like, obviously, like, the scariest killer is the one sitting next to you that's like, double dipping.
Who is the guy that they recently caught? What was his name? Shit. I can't remember. They recently caught a guy using DNA, and he was like super old man. And then he was, let's see. Let me type in this.
That guy was such a crazy
The
fucking
Golden
murderer.
State Killer. Look this guy up.
Oh, yeah, the Golden State Killer, right?
The Golden State Killer, he looks pretty scary. But the freaky thing about him and his MO was that he would sneak into people's houses and he would tie them up and he would assault them. But the whole time he was like making this really weepy, whiny voice.
Yeah.
And like, doesn't that sound fucking terrifying?
Terrifying. Yeah, I mean, he's like that ogre scary.
Yeah.
Like there's something about like where Ramirez scares me more is that he has like there's something very like wild animal, whereas this guy's sort of like the the guy's like he's at the gas station pumping your gas.
Yeah.
All right, that'll be $10.
That's why it's terrifying.
You give him $10, you'd be like, "You guys got a bathroom?" Yeah, we got a bathroom.
You're doing a whole
right around back.
scene.
That guy. That's what this guy is, and then it's like thud.
I love that you'll come up with like these super weird, also normal scenarios, and then you're like, I'm like, no, I'm not with you. Of course not. What are you talking about?
He's working at a gas. This guy looks like he pumps gas.
He was a cop,
for
actually.
a living. Yeah, I can see that too.
He was a cop, and then they kept catching him around the scene of the crime, and he was like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm just like doing undercover work or something." They're like, "Okay, as you were."
Yeah. I mean, it's the perfect.
But what's cool about him is that
Close to perfect.
What's cool about the Golden State Killer is that he got caught with the ancestry DNA.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that. That's that whole like fucking. It'll never not blow my mind how many people, and I'm not judging people who have. If you have on this chat, that's totally cool. I'm not judging you, not at all. But it just, I was never like okay with like sending my DNA into like, hey, yeah, you sample of what? Oh yeah, sure. Okay, you gonna send me the dirty pictures? No, just giving them hair or whatever it is they're asking for, and then you ship it off.
You swab the inside of your
Swab
cheek.
your cheek. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then you send it off. That's the different test. I'm sorry. But I was just never ever like, I don't want to do that. Put my name on that, and then they got my fucking DNA. I've seen too many Liam Neeson movies to know that that's a bad idea.
Yeah, well, also
your DNA was on the knife.
I know. Well, they're fucking, who knows what they're going to do. They're going to pre-crime all kinds of people with that shit.
Yeah, BTK says.
Oh, yeah.
Cosmic Urgency said he was
This
scary
is the thing,
looking.
dude. BTK is super scary, too, because he's such a normal guy. This is what I'm saying. It's, like, terrifying.
BTK, yeah, this guy. Well, but he's normal looking, but he's
like a little
he has
dweeb.
a psycho look to him. Like, he looks normal, but in that normal way where you're like, isn't that the kind of guy that you just find out later that there's a bunch of bodies buried in the backyard?
I know,
like,
but
I would say that about him.
If you
potentially.
maybe you don't imagine being victimized by somebody who looks like he was a dad who worked at a church. Like that would just be the most terrifying thing.
He's 81.
There's also a horrible killer. I don't know if you know about the puzzle box killer.
No, I don't know about the puzzle box killer.
That guy's totally insane. He would kidnap people and drug them, and then when they came to, when the drugs wore off, they were tied to a table in a room, like in the middle of the fucking desert in Arizona, and he would start playing a recording. I think it's what the Saw movies are based on, where you'd like hold he would.
God, I put that in images, and I saw like all these Joker Presents. The puzzle box. A puzzle box.
Yeah,
I don't know what that is.
that's what he called him. But anyway, one of his captives ran away, and they found
David Parker Ray.
Yes, that's him.
You see this? He looks like a mechanic.
Yeah.
Is that what he is?
Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, he rigged up this room with all his electronics and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like...
He could be that too. I can fix your radio.
Yeah.
Just leave it on the counter. Take a ticket stub.
He's kind of scary because he's like the... You know, do you remember in Texas Chainsaw Massacre? How when she finds herself in the home with the rest of the family, how some of the dudes in the family, like the middle-aged dudes, kind of look normal. The ones that weren't wearing like skin suits.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of looks like one of those. Just like, you know,
I'm looking at him.
rural redneck, like normal guy
Yeah.
type.
Totally.
Yeah, super scary.
So you say toilet's clogged? Well, let me in then.
Yep.
That kind of guy. Turns out he's a killer. Killers are crazy.
They said that there was like people have been assuming that maybe that there were so many serial killers in the 70s because there was lead and everything. So before they had like product regulations, like industrial regulations, just quit putting lead in everything. It was like literally making people insane.
Yeah.
And murderous.
I don't know if we have any gamers, by the way.
By the way.
Yeah. Well, when you were saying, I don't know why, by the way, that.
Do we have any gamers with us?
If we have any gamers with us, Pathogenic is, if you like roguelike lights, it is just a masterpiece. It's called Pathogenic. I know we haven't seen Fellbombing since we stopped covering. Well, I guess, no, he's been around. It's just been a while. It's a great $10 dual stick. It's amazing. It's a great book, great movie, great fucking video game. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm broken. I've been broken.
You got some praise for your title today. Cows are smart and Brad Pitt is drinking again.
Yeah, I know. I thought that there were gonna be thousands with us today with that title. Forget about it. Hey, listen. You know what's cool about what we're doing now is like I feel really loose about everything now.
Oh yeah, good.
Like I'm not like, because I'm not trying to get. I'm just gonna. What I want to do with this. And, you know, yeah, if we have a weak show every now and then, it's going to happen, whatever. You know, that's life. But I just want to try to build a strong podcast with you. And I want to build it with our friends. You know, these guys inspire me to come here and have a good time. And most times we do a really good job. You know, I've been cutting those first 3 episodes, and they're really great. They're as good as most podcasts I enjoy. And they're you know, they're fucking inspired by the people that hang out with us. So, you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
Sam David Jr. is asking, do you guys know the most common birth chart placements for serial killers? I do, actually.
Mars conjunct Pluto.
There's
in the 4th house.
I have a few birth charts saved for serial killers because I'm always very curious about what Pluto's doing. Because Pluto is like that, you know, instinctive need to possess and destroy, and seems very serial killer vibes. Yeah. But the only comparison that I've saw, Sam David Jr. says, I'm surprised by how much Taurus I saw in serial killers' charts.
Well, I've thought about being a serial killer, and I have a very strong Taurus.
You thought about it?
Yeah. I was like,
really?
You know,
tell me more.
Years ago, babe. Years ago.
Hang on, let me just turn on this recorder real quick. Okay, tell me what you were thinking.
Yeah. You know, I was just sitting around going, what do I want to do with my life? And I was like,
Maybe I want to see the light fade from people's eyes.
What if I
over and over again
killed a bunch of people? That'd be fun. No, isn't it weird? Like, how does it happen? Like, when does it? Thank God we're not on TikTok, right?
I know.
We'd be
It'd
getting
be over
swatted.
already.
Yeah. We'd be getting swatted right now.
I did say, Jane Nicholson said, "What? I'm a Taurus."
And maybe that's why you're a murderer.
Where did you stash the bodies?
I have a very strong Taurus. I have a Taurus 7th house with my luminary of the sect, Moon, and my sun ruler, Saturn, co-present. They're not conjunct. It's been a difficult ride.
I saved this collection of serial killer birthdays, right?
Okay.
Because everybody wants to compare serial killers in their astrology. This is very interesting. I've intended to find all of these people's charts and actually figure it out, but
yeah, a lot of them are going to be bad.
I think a lot of times when people are talking about serial killers and their astrology, they're only talking about their sun signs because they haven't actually they don't know their time of birth. So all you can know about them is where the sun was.
Sun sign astrology.
And then like, everybody else born that month has the same sun sign. So
it's fine. You just like the only thing you're working with planets and planets and signs and aspects.
Yeah.
No houses. But that's fine. Like houses are so fucking awesome. But you don't have to have them to get a good read on a chart. I don't even know if Tarnas uses them. Richard Tarnas?
No, he doesn't.
I think he's done away with the whole fuck. He's like, you guys argue about houses. All that matters here are planets and aspects. Signs.
But Gary Ridgway has he has a Hades moon, which is anytime that there's like a harsh aspect between the moon and Pluto. And so that definitely creates in somebody like a very strong and vindictive drive. For Gary Ridgway, he said that his motivation was that he was targeting women and then killing them because he hated them, but he didn't know them. So it was like he did the Hades move of like wanting to possess women, wanting to possess the beauty of women.
Yeah.
I think he was also enacting some sort of problems
that
he had with his mother. He felt like he was abused by her, and it's like the story makes it seem like maybe that was just his interpretation of what she was doing, and not really like she was just doing mothering, like bathing him, and he would like take that to mean something hostile, It's like you never know what sort of like psychotic distortions these people have. There's the lead explanation. There's also like I wonder
how real that could be.
There was a time in like American culture where they started to really troubleshoot the jungle gyms and like make them safer. There was like this big safety, like there was a time where there weren't seatbelts in cars, and then there were, and then there was like jungle gyms were like made safer so that you couldn't like fall down and crack your skull. And like literally a bunch of these people who were prolific serial killers may have just fallen badly on the jungle gyms and gotten a head injury. Like you don't know what happened to these people in their development. It's not all astrology is what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Who fucking knows?
No, this is the thing about astrology that like, it's easy to look at charts and be like, oh, look, they have all these fortuitous placements. Like, I know people with extremely fortuitous placements who've had, my chart is really, pretty sauced up. It's got its issues, but it's better looking than my life has been, generally speaking. And, a lot of people who have had great and immense success have charts with, a lot of fallen planets or just, maltreated planets. And even poor aspects or hard aspects who, they've had great success in their lives. And
it's like a choose your own adventure novel. Like you get a choice of the pages to turn to, right?
Yeah, I believe very much in the energy, and within that energy, there's a certain capacity or a potential for specific things.
Yeah, a lot of the psychological astrologers see it that way too, where they're like, you're basically given like a frame of reference for how you deal with situations, but your choice in how you deal with them is all yours. But basically you're kind of you've got tendencies that are built in. And then also there's some dynamics that are showing in your chart that want to get expressed in your lifetime. Like for instance, if you have your moon square Pluto, like Gary Ridgway does, he's going to have some sort of problem with feeling emotionally satisfied by possessiveness, emotionally like dissatisfied, like emotionally, there's some emotional turmoil that has to do with like the Pluto themes of like possession, destruction, power struggles, reading power struggles where there aren't any. Justin Baldoni has something similar. He has the moon conjunct Pluto. And I think that's why he sees power struggles where there are none. He's like just reading everything as a power struggle. So this is what the psychological astrologers are like.
It also speaks to his the way in which he wildly overreacts emotionally. It seems.
Yes, like he's very driven instinctively. He doesn't really let his mind stop himself and think about his behavior. He just sort of takes it as truth. Like the very first thing you learn in therapy is like your feelings aren't facts. Well, people with this placements really struggle with that if they ever even confront that at all, instead of just taking it for granted. Like, oh, my feelings are facts.
Yeah, if you think about astrology, like the way I like to think about astrology these days is that it is, it kind of creates the conditions for things to occur, but not just the conditions, but and it's not just about like timing and decision, but prepare like how the life has unfolded up until that moment. Like, like for example, a transit that occur, the planets as they stand today, in this moment as we speak, are the same for everyone regardless of their age. And so if somebody is in their first year or somebody's in their 81st year, they're going to have a totally different set of circumstances and sort of structure that, or lack of structure and experience that leads to that moment that allows those conditions to take different forms. When you begin the process of learning how to delineate a chart, you start to recognize the depth, and it starts with significators. You're sitting there looking at single words, keywords, they're often called, right? Mm-hmm. But when you start actually getting and swinging into the depths, and you start really seeing the ways in which the elements and the temperaments and the planets themselves and the aspects and the houses, the way in which they can create so many different possibilities. That's why it's just important to understand, like, astrology isn't, I mean, for some it is. Some people believe that astrology is capable of understanding the moment exactly. I'm skeptical about that. I'm more feel like if you're capable of understanding and seeing everything that leads to a specific moment astrologically, then you might have a certain predictive ability. Right? Because everything.
You mean like if you've gotten counseling about your chart and you learn like, oh, this is where some hazards may be. So you just have to navigate these specific types of situations more carefully.
Yeah.
Because of what we see in your chart, you might have problems here.
Yeah.
That's what you mean?
Yeah, I think in general. It's so complicated. It's so complex. That's the beautiful thing about astrology. Like, you can sit and talk. Like we were doing astrology videos, and we're going to return to those. But you can sit there and talk, and you can sit on your astrology videos, and you can talk about a sign for a half hour. You can talk about it for an hour. You can talk about it for 10 minutes. You can talk about it for an entire fucking day. There is so much.
Dude, I fucking did that today because Venus just moved into Libra, which is the sign of Venus's domicile.
Yeah.
Venus is supposed to be like super happy there. Like, it's all about relational harmony. It's all about sharing your air signs like Libra really are intellectually driven, so they like to share ideas and stuff.
Yes.
So Venus in Libra is all about like smoothing everything out, making harmony with people. There's also like really great comfort in music and all the other Venusian things. But then I was thinking about how Venus is very much also very choosy, and Venus is known like, if you're a critic, you also have a very strong Venus usually. Because you're very good at choosing, I like this, but I don't like that. It's the same exact. It's like the duality of Venus. You don't know what you don't like unless you know what you do. Venus helps you know both of those things.
Yeah.
And then I was also thinking about how Venus in Libra can create problems in relationships, because sometimes in order to smooth things out and create harmony, you first have to identify what's wrong. And there's that really great myth about the Judgment of Paris, where the goddess Eris stirs shit in order to show everybody their asses. Like,
it's amazing. It's
she's
a great story.
She's like sitting on the sidelines and stirring shit with all these other people and watching them fucking scramble, and she doesn't get involved. She never gets her hands dirty. But at the end, she's like, now can you see how you're all so ridiculous and dramatic?
Yeah.
Like, it's so Venus and Venus and Libra very much does this too. And I'm just trying to figure out what it means for the next, because Venus is going to go retrograde in Libra in the next.
It's going to be in and out all the way until December 4th.
Yeah, pretty
soon. So basically, Venus and Libra are, they're having a very, very close and intimate dance for a number of months, even if Venus will, get out on the other side.
But just to your point about like how sometimes these, like, there's like a dozen things that you could say that Venus in Libra does, or it can be, and it's not all good, and it's not all bad, but like, I just don't know what it's going to mean for us for the next few months.
Venus in Libra is a good thing. Come on, I mean,
it's a good thing. Yeah,
on a mundane level, you can't beat it. You got Venus in Libra, and then you have Jupiter in Leo. I mean, that's.
But I wonder
those
whether,
are strong
like, there's
placements.
people that are born with Venus and Libra, right? Where they have like a really strong Venus.
Wait, where's Mercury now?
Mercury's in Leo. Is it in Leo yet? Let me see.
It's about to be. So we're going to get a Mercury Jupiter conjunctions coming up.
Mercury just moved into Leo.
Yeah, so that conjunction is about to happen. That's good. There's some great astrology happening, but we have these major outer planets. Oh, if we'd have just never found the outer planets, everything would be fine.
Everything most certainly is not
Saturn's
always
in Aries.
fine.
Saturn's in Aries, man.
Especially now, all the outer planets scooched over into a new sign. They're like, hello, new era. And all the rest of us are like, but can we just let it be normal for like 2 minutes?
I fucking love astrology. I hope that more people will take the time to understand it close enough to
It's going to happen.
recognize
There's no
the
going
power
back.
it can have in your life.
It's in the fucking zeitgeist now, bro.
And the way in which you can understand the world that's going on around you.
There's still people that are fighting it and trying to minimize it, making it like, girl shit on TikTok or whatever. But like, it's going to broaden and it's going to be everywhere. You were watching a fucking baseball game and they had a little segment where they talked about the fucking sun sign of the pitcher. I'm like,
Taurus.
it's fucking everywhere. Astrology is everywhere. There's just like, you either have to learn it from somebody who isn't, gonna bullshit new age fucking woo woo hippie stuff, or you're gonna end up, getting confused. I guess we should start teaching it because
people are out of control.
Well, I just feel like it's so difficult. Every other day, I'm getting marketed by one of the really great astrologers that I follow, who's like started a course, and I'm like, oh, that's so great. Like, but then you look at the fucking price tag; it's like $1,000 fucking dollars for like the fundamentals course.
The fundamentals,
nobody can afford that.
It's outrageous.
So stupid.
It's out of control.
So if we want to build more people who understand astrology and be able to talk this language,
there needs to be a community for them to go and get the education they need without having to fucking break a bank account.
I also just feel like, just like how therapy should be free, I feel like if people can't afford therapy, they at least can look at their chart and begin the process of introspection, figure out what it means for them, whether there's have they been stepping on rakes that are just plainly written here on the map of their astrology chart that maybe they don't have to step on anymore.
So many rakes.
You got a bunch of rakes?
Oh, I step on rakes all day long.
There were some things where I learned astrology out and I spent my whole life being like, poor me, why me? And then I look at my chart and I'm like, oh, it's right there.
You've never stepped on a rake in real life, have you?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I've never stepped on a rake, but I love the imagery of it.
I have.
There's that really great, I always think about that. There's like, people have been reusing it as a GIF, but the Simpsons cartoon where I can't remember the character's name, but he's a villain and he keeps going and stepping on a rake. And then he goes and he steps on another rake.
That's me.
That's you.
I've been stepping on rakes my whole damn life. We're going to follow the Tupac murder trial. Obviously, we're going to keep our eyes on that one. Support your local flock rebel.
Oh yeah, D-Flock.
Yeah. D-Flock. If somebody's out there doing the deed. I just love that they're...
If you see somebody tampering with a flock camera, know the fuck you didn't.
Be their alibi. I love this. This is the coolest rebellion I've ever seen in my life. It's the only one. And I just love it because I feel like it actually... It's so righteous in every possible way.
It's so easy to be on the same side. Everybody's on one side. I don't even know who's on the other side.
It's also so easy to see what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
Like, it's easy to see that they're not doing anything for us. This isn't about helping us. This isn't about our protection at all. This is about surveillance. You're right. This is about knowing who's going to work and who's not going to work. This is about knowing who's coming into your house and who's leaving.
But the fucked up thing about all that surveillance, I was thinking today, if they know where you are and where you're driving, then they know your address, then they know you're not home. Right? So like, are the authorities just going to fucking tamper with your house while you're gone because they know you're gone? Like, we used to be able to enjoy anonymity.
So funny you should say that, because in this story, which we can make it our last, the Savannah Police Department fires 6 employees over flock safety system misuse. Savannah, Georgia, the Savannah Police Department terminated 4 sworn officers and 2 civilian employees following an internal investigation into misuse of the department's flock safety license plate reader system. All 6 cases are now also under independent criminal investigation by the Georgia Bureau of Investigation.
That's awesome.
The 6 employees were placed under administrative leave last week after a proactive review of system activity identified searches that appear to have been conducted for purposes unrelated to legitimate law enforcement activity.
They're stalking women, huh?
They found that that the Savannah Police Department's administrative investigation determined the employees violated department policies governing the authorized use of law enforcement technology and departmental resources. Investigators found that employees were running searches on personal acquaintances and family fucking members. One officer was found to have given someone from an outside law enforcement agency access to Savannah's Savannah PD's flock safety system, which they weren't authorized to do so. Like,
you want me to look that lady up for you?
See how much like our privacy is somebody else's profit.
Yep.
Like, everybody just wants to profit off of your fucking privacy, and I'm just glad that there are people out there who are doing something about it. And the cool thing about it is that it's sending a clear message to your local government without picking up the phone and calling them in that practically useless way, because it isn't phone calls to your fucking Senate that's going to do something. It's going to be actions. It's things we do, and that's going to boil down to things like we vote for or shit we do out in the streets or whatever it is. But it's got to be something that they notice, not something that they yes, thanks, Mrs. Jones, for your fucking phone call.
Well, I got to be honest, I'm very surprised to hear that there's been some accountability. I wasn't sure that they ever did that.
Yeah, the internal investigation is wrapped up. The 6 employees have been terminated, but the GBI's criminal investigation is ongoing, and the Savannah Police Department said that it will cooperate fully. The names of the fired employees are not being released at the moment. The city and the Savannah Police Department said that because of the ongoing GBI criminal investigation and employee appeals process still underway, they have to keep all that under wraps. But they said that they will make it legal, available for people when it's all said and done. So the cool thing about it is that I think the reason you see things like, police is, obviously they're going to be, instances where they're catching, each other in the act of breaking laws or whatever. But I think a lot of that pressure also comes from the unease of the public. Like, nobody trusts your flock fucking cameras.
No.
And here's why.
Nobody fucking wants it.
And here's why. So unless they're seeing things like these kinds of prosecutions and enforcement, people are going to be more likely to rebel against it. I'm going to get like a rebel shirt.
Rebel?
Yeah. Quasar says, Sideshow Bob steps on rakes.
Yes, it was Sideshow Bob. Thank you. I couldn't remember his name.
How great is that?
It's been like 20 years since I've seen The Simpsons, but it has a special place in my heart.
I fucking love that our chat does that all the time.
I know. You guys are so helpful. Thank you. Sideshow Bob steps on rakes.
Janice is a fucking
really
Taurus. Tauruses are great.
The thing about Taurus, this is
Smart,
interesting. One of the reasons why
beautiful.
Maybe there's a lot of Taurus serial killers is because Taurus is very much wants stability and security, and they like to make permanent the things that might otherwise, be non-permanent. Like,
I think they're insatiable. I think it's that they want something.
They're covetous.
And then they have to have it when they want something. I think when Taurus wants something, they have to have it. So if a Taurus person gets an inclination to do something unlawful, whatever it is,
right,
it's going to become a craving for them. It's going to be something that has to be satisfied in order to be a part of their integrity.
This is so interesting because, the dark side of Taurus is the Minotaur.
Yeah.
The Minotaur who used to hold captives in the labyrinth.
Right.
Way down underground.
Was held captive in the labyrinth, yes.
Yeah, well, he was banished to the labyrinth.
Yes.
But he demanded a sacrifice. He demanded several sacrifices, and he would hold these captives, and he, basically like tormenting the whole village from underneath. And so I feel like it's very interesting if you think of serial killers as being leaning into their Taurus sun, like the bad side of their Taurus sun. It's possible. You have to look at where else. Like Taurus is ruled by Venus, and it's the exaltation sign of the moon. So you would look at those two planets and where those are, and if they're super fucked up and unhappy where they are, then it's going to affect that Taurus sun. But they might just like their whole way.
That's the case for every sign, though. Doesn't matter.
Might just be their whole way of moving through life might be as a Minotaur, where they just want to possess and hold and keep and. Yeah,
the story of the Minotaur is a little bit different. The story of the Minotaur is that the Minotaur was cast down. The labyrinth was created so that it couldn't get out.
Right.
And but it was howling and screaming at night, and it was scaring everybody in the entire kingdom or whatever. I can't remember the players' names now for some reason, but anyway.
It's relatable.
So the dude who was like, who had cast him into the
I'd
labyrinth was
holler
like,
and scream if I was
we're going
stuck.
to give children away. We're going to give sacrifices, and we'll throw these sacrifices, and then the Minotaur will rip them to pieces, and then the Minotaur will be happy, and he'll shut the fuck up because I'm trying to fucking sleep here.
I'm trying to watch a movie, Minotaur.
Yeah, it's the same. It's like, is it Achilles? I don't know. Somebody was in it anyway, and then like that became a thing because I think this involves Hera in some way actually. Oh, don't get me started. I got Ovid next to my bed. I haven't been reading it because I've been reading so many fucking astrology books, man. Holy shit. My whole year so far, it's August. I probably read 20 astrology and tarot books this year.
But
crazy.
the solution
At least.
to the Minotaur nature,
Yes.
right? If you feel like you're a Taurus and you're like, I'm acting pretty fucking Minotaur these days, the solution is psychotherapy, especially for the Minotaur problem, because what you have to, because remember in the myth, I can't remember who the hero's name is. Not Achilles.
It's not Achilles, no. God damn it.
Whatever. Anyway, he finagled his crush. So a girl had a crush on him, who was the king's daughter, had a crush on him, and he was like, "Hey, sweetheart, if you give me a magic thread, then I will go kill the Minotaur." And she was like, "No problem." So basically, he had this magic thread where if he unspooled the thread at the entrance of the labyrinth, it would turn for him. It would show him the way, and the way was always down, straight and down into the heart of the labyrinth. Like there was all these passageways, but the thread guided him and it was straight and down. And so the way to sort of excavate your inner Minotaur that's causing all this problem and screaming and making a fuss and ruining your life is to go deep and into the labyrinth and to excavate it and to kill the Minotaur from in there.
Thesis, right?
Theseus, yes. Theseus. And then I can't remember the name of the woman, the girl that gives him the magic thread. She's a mythological character too. She's the daughter of the king.
Oh yeah, Princess Ariadne or whatever.
Ariadne.
Ariadne.
I don't know. I think that's who made the
That's
thread.
Minos' daughter, Princess Ariadne.
Oh, okay, okay.
She fell in love
Yeah,
with
King Minos
Theseus
and
begged Daedalus. Daedalus is the one.
Daedalus is the one who created the labyrinth.
Yes.
She was like, "Yo, can we get like a
He
map?"
did something else. He did something for
Daedalus
Hera.
was a big inventor of all
Yeah,
kinds
he
of
created
shit.
something for Hera for something else.
Yeah, he
Anyway,
was like a demigod, wasn't he?
he was a rad dude, Daedalus.
Anywho, there's some fucking myth for you guys.
Anyway, yeah, Theseus navigated to the center of the labyrinth, and he surprised the Minotaur, and he beat him and stabbed him to death with his bare hands.
But a lot of people say that the process of psychotherapy is following your magic thread. That you just have to like have the will and the bravery to go in,
neat.
and then the magic thread is going to guide you.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
So, I mean, obviously, serial killers don't engage in psychotherapy.
No.
They wouldn't be serial killers if they did.
How did that make you feel? Great. No, really great. Do you notice, by the way, that Perez Hilton is nowhere to be found?
Oh yeah, because they have to figure out. He
has no fucking cuts, bro.
He's auditioning some FX artist to like make some scar tissue on his face.
My guess is that he's got no cuts, so he's got to hide out until he's healed, and then he'll come forward and thank all the supporters like Andy Signor.
The best thing that could have ever happened to
Navarro.
Perez Hilton in this situation is the HIPAA laws. Because there's like some emergency room workers who are like, what the fuck is going?
Where did you get this blood? And he was like, liver, chicken liver, and duck. I killed my duck.
Yeah, they're like, wait, we were like cleaning him off, and there's no cuts here. Anyway,
hey guys,
that's my conspiracy theory.
I hope you guys had fun hanging with us. I know it was kind of a, whatever, maybe an off night.
Oh, totally an off night.
Bit of an off night.
I felt great coming in, and then I'm like, not sure what happened.
But we had fun. I had fun, and I love hanging out with you guys. And yeah,
I had a great time.
Hopefully Thursday's show we'll be back to our regular top of the shelf.
I think I'm a little distracted about the surgery problem.
Me too.
Tomorrow.
I am too.
It's kind of a big event in this house.
I'm nervous about it. My dog is going to be under, and she's old.
She's going to be
She's
fine.
got a hip problem. I don't know what it is. Tragically hip problem. She listens to too much Tragically Hip. By the way, for those who miss Bobo, I heard from her in the chat, in the comments.
Oh.
I haven't gotten back to her yet, but she's just not able to hang out with us at the moment, but she'll be back.
Oh, good.
So that's good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Archival Raccoon wasn't here today. I know you weren't here, and I'm sad about it.
Don't be sad.
Our
There's always
scientist.
tomorrow.
All right. Anyway, I love you guys. You guys are fun to hang out with, and I hope you'll come and hang out with us on Thursday.
We'll be back.
Until then, Bavaricha Richaducci. Good night.
Good night.